steal.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
Bit boy. Monstrous. Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
We were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Yeah. Boom, beana bum. Boom, beana bum.
7:02 and 40 seconds. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show begins on a windy Wednesday on this 11th of February, 2026. Cappy, the days continue to count down for Valentine's Day, and they continue to count down for when this Lakers season is a final.
Oh, really?
I mean, that wasn't basketball last night, I don't think.
It was an NBA team against the high school team. So, I mean, they did have an orange ball. They did try and put the ball in the hoop. They did run up and down the floor.
Not high school. It was like G League. Come on.
Oh,
Give 'em a
okay.
little
And
bit.
I don't often
My
give
bad,
love.
y'all.
I don't want
My
to say
bad,
G
y'all.
League either.
My bad, y'all.
I don't often give love. I think somebody's adjusting their microphone. I don't often give love to one JT the Brick, but he had this tweet last night at 10:49 p.m. There should be a congressional investigation looking into the Lakers' tank job loss to the Spurs tonight, 136-108. LA flat out quit earlier in the day. Lakers fans need to sound off on this topic and speak up. Here's the good part. This was gutless on every level.
Wow.
Yeah.
The organization owes their fans an apology. It's really, I think it means to say, it really sucks when fans stop caring about sports and let things like this happen.
Get him. Get him. That came straight out of the Book of Morales, huh?
Yeah.
It's the Book of Brick, actually.
Oh, okay.
Gutless. Totally gutless.
Gutless.
Can I ask everybody a question and tell me if this is a wrong thing to have been rooting for last night? At the end of the first quarter, when Wemby had 25, was it wrong to be rooting for Wemby to get 100?
No.
I thought you were going to say a running clock.
No. I mean, like I honestly was like, okay, this is going to be so bad that I think the only storyline would be, let's get Wemby to 100 and really put it on him. Now, I'm asking, is that an emotion that I should not have been feeling?
No, you would have gotten history. He would have tied Wilt Chamberlain. That would have been amazing.
He did
Right,
make
but it-
history in a few ways. Other ways, you know.
I don't know, man. That
Which
was
is?
embarrassing last night. That's all I know. That was, I mean, look, I get it, right? Like, Luka's got a hamstring issue. Austin's coming back from this calf problem. LeBron's battling old age. DeAndre Ayton just didn't want to play. He's like, if you guys aren't playing, I'm not playing. No freaking way, man. Forget it. I mean, come on, guys. Really? That's what we're going to see right before the All-Star break. And I'll tell you something right now. I'm going to be freaking pissed if LeBron and Luka in particular, mostly Luka, if he don't come back and play against Dallas on Thursday and he goes and plays in the All-Star game, which I fully expect him to do, I'm just telling you I'm going to be pissed. I know other people will be as well, but
No, I don't think
everybody-
you're wrong. If he doesn't play against Dallas on Thursday, he shouldn't play in the All-Star game. But then also, if he's going to play. You'd think he would play against Dallas because it's Dallas.
Is one George Sedano with us?
he is.
I've
and
been
he's
here the whole
looking
time.
good.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know. I was given
Oh,
the
yeah.
impression you weren't there yet.
Oh, no.
No?
He was letting us
Oh.
loosen up. I could see him.
Oh, I didn't. Well, I can't see him on my screen. So,
Yeah.
good morning, George Sedano.
Good morning.
What'd you think about last night, Georgie?
What did you expect when the Lakers didn't play 3/5 of their starting lineup? I mean, did you expect them to be competitive?
No.
Then this is the result you get.
Okay, so should we everybody just be like, okay, hey, look, you know what? LeBron was out, Luka's out, Austin's out, Smart is out, Ayton's out. I mean, should we just be like, forget it, man? You know,
Let's
like
just call it. Call it
Well-
now, guys.
Well, how about this? How about why did I game last night?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes, I did until
Well,
I-
actually, not now that I think about it, right? Because I forgot Ayton and Smart didn't play either. So yeah, I mean their entire starting lineup didn't
Right.
play.
And why did I watch this?
You watched it because Wemby's incredible to watch.
Yeah, and then at the end of the first quarter, when he had 25 points, I was like, you know what? I want to see him score 100. You ever have your team play so bad that you actually want to see them get beat worse?
I mean, I don't know. I don't ever necessarily think that way, but I
You
do.
never,
Sorry,
You never
yeah.
rooted for like a no-hitter before against your own team? 'Cause you
Yes,
wanna
all
see
the time.
history? Yeah,
I've done it a
I've
million
done it.
times. I'm like, these guys suck so bad, I hope they get no hit.
Yeah.
You don't have that emotion, huh, George?
No, not that card. I don't usually play that one. But
No.
Ultimately, Cappy, this team had no chance going into that game just based on who was going to. Now, I shouldn't say that because I've seen teams be competitive in scenarios like this. I just actually, as a matter of fact, I did a Spurs Thunder game a little over a week ago where the Thunder had nobody. They were missing 7 rotation guys. Their top 7 scorers were all out, and it was a 4-point game with under 3 to go against this same Spurs team. So it just goes to show you how far the Lakers are. It's really the same conversation we've had forever. It's just they're not very good. Now, granted, they had no shot in this one because Wembanyama just really became he did historic things. We haven't had a guy go 40-10 in 26 minutes or less since Patrick Ewing in 1988. So that's how far back you have to go to have a game like that.
Yeah, I was feeling like watching that game. If you've ever seen like a youth basketball game where there's one kid who's just abnormally tall and everybody else is tiny, and they're all like 10 years old, and one guy's already 6'5", and all they have to do is keep giving it to the guy who's 6'5", because all the other kids who are about 4'2" can't do anything against this kid, and the kid's he's just freaky big. And that was last night. It was literally like watching a youth basketball game where there's one player on the floor that is so physically dominant over everybody. And the other team, in this case the Lakers, they don't have anybody to throw at them to even put out an effort. No. And that includes Jackson Hayes. Sorry, pal.
Even if their starters were out there, I mean, yes, it would have been more competitive, clearly. But they don't really – if he's got it going like that, forget it. Like, there's no stopping him in that scenario.
Fair point. But honestly, like if you have – and Trudell put this out last night, and it's not like he's the only person who knew it, but it reminded me that LeBron – Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic have only played on the floor 10 games so far this season together. So you're talking about 53 games that the Lakers have played, and their top 3 players have only been on the floor 10 times.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, it's 20%, if my math is right.
Yeah, a little less, but yeah.
Yeah, thank you. It's just, if you can't get these guys healthy and on the floor together at the same time, you got no shot. None, zero.
No, right, 100%. And, well, I would even make the case that you have very little shot if all 3 guys aren't playing. And how many games have those guys played together, the 3 of them?
10.
Oh, Reeves, too, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't. You said LeBron and Luka, so that's why.
Yeah, LeBron, Luka, and Reeves have played a grand total of 10 games so far together this season. That's it. And George, I got news for you. Luka Nard, because that's what I call him now, Luka Nard. Because you don't have Luka Doncic, but at least you got Luka Nard.
Yeah.
Luka Nard, that brother right there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he's still introducing himself to people. Like, hey, man, I mean, I know I don't really know you, Jackson.
Hey,
and
man.
hey, Rui. Hey, man. Hey, what's your name, dude? Kobe what? Who are you? Where did you come from? I just cannot believe the lineup they put out there last night. And listen, desperation, right, George? I mean, what were they going to do? Were they going to wave the white flag and tell everybody, "Hey, go home, everybody. We're not going to play tonight because we don't have any players."
Right.
And they got to go. They got to put guys in jerseys and they got to go play.
Yeah,
it was embarrassing.
But look, the Wembanyama show was fun to watch. I mean, he is worth the price of admission in a way that I've told you this, that he is worth the price of admission in a way that I don't think anyone has been in a long time.
You're saying long time?
Correct.
5 longs.
Yes.
Got it.
Well, he's extra long.
Yes, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to disagree. I'm going to push back a little bit. You ready for this?
Go right ahead.
It's fun to see Wemby. He's an interesting looking character. We've never really seen anybody quite as tall and yet as athletic as him.
I mean,
somebody
Bergman was calling him a bust 3 years ago.
Come on, Bergie.
That is true. Bergman, you're
Bergie.
never. That's like the Val Kilmer Batman take.
I mean, come
It
on,
is.
dude.
He
Take
Those
the
two
L.
things
Same
together.
concept.
Just take the L, bro.
Fine.
But
At
you-
least Val
fine.
Kilmer didn't wear nipples. in
I'm
his,
just so
bat
tired
suit.
of the conversation.
I mean, dude, it was
Fine.
such a
who
lazy
wore,
take.
wait a minute, who wore
honestly.
nipples?
That was
I want to say that was
Ben
Clooney.
Affleck.
Affleck.
Oh, I haven't seen those Batman
Yeah.
movies. I stopped after The Dark Knight Returns.
Anyway, go ahead. What is the issue, Cap?
Here's the issue.
Yeah.
When the opposing team isn't even capable of putting any pressure on him, then you're not really watching him at his best. Like somebody said to me last night, they're like, when you see somebody score 40 points in an NBA game, regardless of who they're playing against, That is an incredible accomplishment.
Right, but again, Cappy, he did 40 points in 26 minutes. He had 25 in 7 minutes and 59 seconds.
Which was incredible. The only problem was...
Doesn't matter who's on
nobody.
the floor, dude. Like, if you scored 25 points in 7 minutes and 59 seconds, I don't care if you're playing the Washington Generals. Like, that's impressive.
Yeah, the only problem is that it would be like watching...
Are you really saying... Are you going to stand on the hill that you don't think Victor Wembanyama is impressive? Is that what you're doing?
He's incredible. The hill that I'm standing on is there was nobody to even put any resistance, no friction whatsoever. He could have been
still
doing
NBA
this by
players.
himself.
There's only 450 of them in the league.
Well, these 5 that were on the floor last night, or these 10 that ultimately played for the Lakers, they didn't look like NBA players last night. Not against that guy. And I don't know how much of it was Wemby versus how much was the Lakers. Because I would just say this: at least if you had the Lakers with their starting 5, and you've got the scoring coming from Luka, and you've got LeBron and Reeves, at least now there's pressure. You know, it's a competitive game. You said the other night against Oklahoma City it was a fair fight because Lakers didn't have Luka and Oklahoma City didn't have Shea. It was a fair fight. Going into last night's game, that was not a fair fight.
No, definitely not. But again, two things can be true. It doesn't matter. To score 25 points in under 8 minutes is unbelievable. Like, it's very rare air that I would imagine someone has done. I'd have to look that up specifically, but I don't believe that's been done very many times.
This friend of mine last night who told me that it was so impressive what Wemby had done, I said, yeah, but they're playing against nobody. And he said, it doesn't matter. It's an NBA basketball game.
Correct. Your friend is right. Who's his friend?
Yeah, who's the friend? We don't just throw that out. Oh, my friend.
Well, my friend.
Say the name. At least give him a first name.
My friend John.
Okay. That's at least better than, oh, my friend.
Yeah.
What are we going to do, radio about our friends?
No, but here's the thing. I said to him, I go, wait a second. I go, how about that one game last year when Bronny scored like, I don't remember how many points it was, 20 points in a game? And I came on the air the next day and went, hey, I don't care who it's against. I don't care if it's in a losing effort or not. If you go into an NBA basketball game and you drop 20 points on somebody, that's pretty damn impressive. And everybody's like, no, it wasn't. Bronny's terrible. And who he was playing against was terrible.
Like the Wizards or something.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, how come the same isn't true for Bronny's impressive performance one time last year that I forgot who they played?
I mean, I think there was a game last week or the week before where LeBron did something crazy. And I think it was Chris who was like, yeah, but it was against blah, blah, blah.
Oh, really? Against blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
They're not very
I'll
good.
have to look it up.
Again, unprepared conversation, but that's okay. Continue, please, Cappy.
So, look, Victor Wembanyama's 25 points in the first quarter are the most by a Spur in any quarter in the play-by-play era. Like, I mean, they've had some really good players, man. Like, I'm sure some nights they've played against some dog teams out there. You know what I mean? Like, Tim Duncan is one of the top 10 greatest players of all time, and hasn't done that.
Listen, again, it got to the end of the first quarter, and here was me sitting there watching this game going, A, why am I watching this? Because the Lakers pose no threat, and this is not.
I mean, you were watching. So can we reveal to the audience that I had no idea what you were talking about in our group text when you were like, you text at like, I don't know, it was like 6 o'clock, and you were like, what a great game. And I'm like, so I'm looking around, and I'm like, are the Kings playing on the East Coast? Like, I started looking on my app. Like, I'm like, what is he talking about?
I thought it was the Olympics.
I'm like, right. And then I thought, right, I flipped over the Olympics. I'm like, there's no game necessarily on. It's like individual stuff. Like, what is he talking about? So I text you, like, what game are you watching? And Chris, like, has does the laugh in the group chat. And you eventually say, Miami against North Carolina. And I'm like, was it because I was talking college basketball yesterday? You got inspired to watch an ACC game on ESPN?
100%. I got home. Listen. You break into a conversation yesterday about UCLA basketball, and then you start going into college basketball, and then you guys start telling me you haven't watched 1 second of college basketball yet this year. So last night I get home, I go to turn on my TV, I see that Pitt is going to play Duke. I'm like, oh, this is a game I want to see. But North Carolina is still playing Miami, so that game is going over. And then Miami beats number 11 North Carolina. The students rush the floor, and I'm like, what a win. Now, I didn't say what a win by Miami because I was trying to tease you into saying, what game are you watching? Yeah. Because I wanted you to know I was watching college basketball last night, pal.
Was Steve Stevenson playing?
And John Johnson was, too. Mike Michelson was awesome
that
last
kid
night.
Renault from Miami is pretty good. The lefty. He's
Ray Renault? Yeah, him, too.
not Ray Renault. It sounds like a hockey player.
I was in the midst of a nighttime meeting in our conference room around, what was that, 6:15?
Yeah.
And I laughed out loud. And the other three people looked at me and go, what's so funny? I go, Cappy's an idiot.
Yeah. And all we did, it's not like we got into some deep basketball conversation. We talked a little bit about UCLA. We talked a very tiny bit about USC. And then I gave like an overview. Hey, by the way, March Madness is coming. Here are some of the top teams you should keep an eye on, basically.
Yeah, and then I broke out Miami of Ohio was 24-0 in the last remaining undefeated team.
And then
But
you
I
went
just
to
wanted-
Miami of
right,
Florida
right.
yesterday,
That's
apparently,
right.
watching against North Carolina, and they're upset.
I wanted you guys to all know I'm already watching college basketball, buddy.
Well, I mean, Caleb Wilson, the kid from North Carolina who was supposed to be a lottery pick, was dinged up. He had a busted hand that looked like on his non-shooting hand.
Not good last night, right?
Yeah. So there you have
Chris,
it.
yeah,
Anyway,
7:17. We are 17 minutes through the show. You know what you could have done in those 17 minutes? You could have watched some college basketball. Maybe talked Batman with your friends, my
Which
friends.
friends?
Or
Which
you
friends?
could have gone to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you.
All right. Now, is it true because of all the rain, Chris? I heard you're.
This is for Cappy. We're going to start playing this
There
now
it is.
every time you make
Nice.
reference to college hoops.
by the way, your Pittsburgh Panthers, Pitt Panthers. Here we go. Did not play so well.
We now go to the update desk and Tim Brando for a bracket update.
Oh, Tim Brando.
Well,
I worked with Timmy B for years. Great guy.
I don't think Tim Brando works at CBS anymore.
No, he's at Fox, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Number 3 Houston with a big win last night over number unranked Utah. It was number 4 Duke with a big win over
Don't they use
Pitt
Adam
in
Shine
ACC
on these
action.
updates or something?
Right.
Probably.
Yep. Number 5 Iowa State with a loss last night to TCU. Big win for TCU and a big upset. And how do you like number
TCU did
13
beat
Purdue?
Baylor. Yeah.
Right.
By the
Who's
way,
cutting down the nets this March?
Yes.
By the way, TCU with a
TCU beat Iowa
quad
State.
one win.
Yes, they did have a quad 1 win last night, Bergie.
So what is
So
the
did
quad
Miami.
thing?
Miami had a quad 1 win yesterday. Cappy, that you made sure to tell us in the
Right.
group text.
Number
I
13
feel like
Purdue
I-
over number 7 Nebraska. Big win.
When Coach K was leading my Duke Blue Devils, I'm a Duke basketball fan. That's a long story. But
Yeah. By the way, Wisconsin also a quad 1 win and an
Big
upset
win.
over Illinois.
Big
I was
win over
very
number
into
8
college
Illinois.
hoops, but I don't ever remember 10 years ago, 15 years ago, people talking about quads.
There were no quads.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah, it's a newer
I
thing.
think because we've gotten smarter. Number one, we break
More
it up.
complicated, really.
so you're saying college basketball 20 years ago was lazy?
No, it wasn't
They were
lazy.
simpletons.
It was for simpletons.
It was just less efficient in the way they did it. And the committee, the college basketball committee, actually does it right. Like they break up there's 300 Division I teams in basketball, so they break them up into quads. And you want a quad 1 win is basically like a top 25 win, right? Like so you want as many of those as possible.
Do they get weighted differently than quad 3?
Sure, of course they do.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I like
That was
this.
a-
I
that was
didn't know this.
Yeah, it was a good quad 3 win last night for number 22 BYU over Baylor. That was a nice quad 3 right there.
Did you watch AJ DeBanza? He's really good.
AJ DeBanza was unbelievable last night. Incredible.
He was incredible.
Yeah, good quad 2 win last
How
night.
many
by number
points
12
did AJ
Gonzaga.
DeBanza have yesterday?
He had 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists.
No, he didn't. He had 35 actually.
Oh, okay, my
and
bad.
7 assists.
Oh, I was talking about somebody else.
That guy's going to be one of the top 2 picks in the draft. You better remember his name soon.
AJ DeBansky?
DeBanza.
Oh, DeBanza.
Coming up next, since I already did the JT thing out of the gate, we've got JJ Redick sound. We also have our very own Evan Cohen, our morning man here, who was on earlier.
He's going to be really upset at how much they were charging for bread at the restaurant I was at yesterday.
Yeah,
Well,
where
all
were
of
you?
that ahead in 3 minutes. But first, let me tell you this. It's
Wait, we're
cause-
having Evan Cohen again?
No, he's not on. We're playing sound. Did you look at the
Oh.
rundown?
Oh, I'm just saying. I thought you said coming up next, Evan Cohen.
Yeah, because we've got like 7 clips from him.
Oh, really?
He must have said something really
Might as well
impactful.
just had him on if that's the case.
I don't know, guys. I would rather just talk about Batman, but, whatever. It's Cause and Why of the
And
Day.
George Clooney's nipples?
It's Cause and Why of the Day on Mason and Ireland. Correctly identify the Why of the Day, and you'll win a pair of dome tickets to watch Lakers Mavericks at Cosm Los Angeles this Thursday. Experience NBA action from a whole new perspective only with ESPN LA. We're off and running on a windy Wednesday, 7:21. We're back in 3 minutes.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner.
East Central Hotel. the official downtown home away from home for Cappy and Morales. EastCentralHotel.com.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Morales, tax season. What are people spending it on?
Hopefully not stuff they can't see clearly, Cappy.
Exactly. Orange County, use that refund wisely at VisionWorks. 7 locations to serve you. Laguna Niguel, Santa Ana, Fullerton,
Lake Forest, Rancho Santa Margarita, Brea, and Buena Park. Eye exams, fresh frames, updated prescriptions. The Homish Booka.
If your vision's off, everything's off.
And VisionWorks makes it easy to take care of your eyes without blowing your whole refund.
So spend smart
and see better with VisionWorks. See the difference.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
ESPN LA is bringing the action to Hollywood Park Casino for the House Rules Grand Opening Celebration. Happening Thursday, February 12th from 3 to 5:30 p.m. Join ESPN LA's DeMarco and Travis, as well as me, Chris Morales, as House Rules by Hollywood Park Casino, partnered with Legends Attic, the Southland's premier sports memorabilia gallery and store, officially opens its doors inside LA's hottest card room. Celebrate in style with great food, drinks, prizes. Meet Oral Hershiser and Isaac Bruce. More information at playhpc.com/events.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text CAR to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text CAR to 215-215. That's CAR to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on.
That encapsulizes Rivers' entire career.
Encapsulate, yeah.
Wait, encapsulizes is not a real thing?
George Sedano, Scott Kaplan.
You can't encapsulize a thing? No, you only encapsulate it? Okay.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
Yeah. Hey, hey. She say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only
7:25. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. This is one of those Cappy tunes. On this day in 2018, the number one hit, Drake. God's Plan, Cappy.
Yeah. My happy break, Canadian hermano. Shout out. And of course, I'll always ask that question. Who the F is y'all? Yeah. What a song. Is it still cool to like Drake, or is it not cool to like Drake anymore?
I actually don't know.
Well, it's not about cool. It's just, he's not welcome in L.A. He's lost his L.A. privileges, as once was said in a movie.
Oh, man. I didn't know that.
Snatched it away from him.
He lost his L.A. privileges, huh? We good? Mm-hmm.
By the way, on this day in 1928, the Lazy Boy reclining chair was invented by Ed Shoemaker. Now, the reason I read this is yesterday in our YouTube chat with all the miscreants, Jesse Hyman, big fan, P1 of the station, said we should get a Lazy Boy partnership for when Sedano says we've got lazy takes.
There you go.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Jesse Hyman.
I really like it.
This Lazy Take is brought to you by Lazy Boy.
Yeah.
And then when you do the take, you have to walk away, sit in the chair for a little while. And
right.
You lose on air privileges for a segment.
Well, right. It's almost like a penalty box situation with with hockey,
By the way, there's nothing like a good Lazy Boy. A lot of people don't like Lazy Boys in their accoutrement in their home because they don't think it looks like fancy enough.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Right. But a good Lazy Boy, you can sleep in it, you can eat in it, you could, get down on it.
Oh, yeah.
My dad loved the Lazy Boy.
Yeah. I do hear commercials running that GKB is looking for marketing consultants to open partnerships.
Apply?
Well, here's the thing. I think Jesse should apply. I mean, what a great concept. Right?
I think he has, actually.
He has applied.
Oh,
Absolutely
what a great
has.
idea.
Yeah.
That's how you walk through the door. You go, I got an idea. Sedano always says that Morales' takes are lazy. You put Morales in the penalty box, you sit him on a lazy boy. He's in the penalty box for a 5-minute major for lazy takes.
Correct.
I love that idea. Way to go, Jesse. Let's hire this guy.
Cappy.
Yeah.
I know we're going to talk Lakers here, but I do want to talk about the Raiders' new head coach at some point.
Okay, tell me.
Because,
let's
we
do
love
it now.
talking
Why
about
not?
the Raiders.
Let's do it now.
Oh, we can do it now? We can pause.
Why
All right.
not? Let's do it.
What the
You want
hell,
the Raiders
man?
theme to set it up?
Sure, feel free. Cappy, what did you make of Kubiak's opening salvo, as they call it?
I like Clint Kubiak. I like the confidence. I liked him after the game when he said to Stacey Dales of the NFL Network, hell yeah, I'm going to Vegas. I'm excited to see what happens now because I admit, I hate to do this, but I have to do it. I have to take the L. I was wrong. I'm rarely right. So when I'm right, I get to celebrate. But when I'm wrong, I got to make an admission. I was wrong about Pete Carroll. I was wrong about his age. I didn't think it would have anything to do with it. I thought he'd be energetic. I thought he'd inspire. I thought that everybody would follow his lead. Did not happen. Now, of course, I can make the argument that they don't have the talent and they don't have the roster. But I like Clint Kubiak. Young, fresh-faced, coming off of a Super Bowl. People look at him and they go, wow, look what he was able to do with a first-year quarterback in free agency and a defensive head coach. I'm excited to see what Clint Kubiak can do with the Raiders. Bergie, I'm this close to possibly asking for my chain back and getting my Raider gear back together.
I don't know.
No?
There's no
Can't have it back?
You can't
No?
flip-flop. You can't go
do
back
that?
and forth. No.
No? Can't have it back, huh?
It's like blood in, blood out with the Raiders.
Okay.
Street
So
code,
I can't
with
get
this
a
team, street code for sure.
I can't get a transfusion of some kind.
No.
Unless you earn it on the street.
So, but
Fair enough.
I can make a deal with you. If you do it, you have to be a Raider fan for life. That's it.
Yeah, that's
You're
not
in.
happening. Cappy
You're
does
jumping
nothing
in
for life.
Right. I'm a new fan of a new team every year.
Omar's going to jump you in. We're going to go after you. Like you come in, you're in.
Well, I came in and I went out and I want my chain back.
No.
Well, what'd you think,
I want
George?
The socks. I want the socks.
Yeah, I mean, look. So I think a lot of people put way too much of an onus on quote-unquote winning the press conference, and I guess he won the press conference, but I'm not sold on anything until I see what the results look like on the field. Like, that's just kind of my opinion on this stuff. I'm sure he galvanized a lot of people. I'm sure he's excited. I'm sure people are there in the building are excited. I'm sure the fans are excited. But let's see what the team looks like. To me, the head coach is an important hire, but let's see what Spytek, the general manager, does. To me, that's far more important as to the buoyancy. I know we talked about buoyancy yesterday with scuba diving, but the buoyancy of the Raiders in a very difficult division in the AFC.
Well, we talked about buoyancy in the sense of a BC. When you're scuba diving, you have to have a BC on, a buoyancy compensator. So now the compensation comes. And here's what the Raiders should be thinking about right now. And I got it. We're like 3 days removed from the Super Bowl. But the Super Bowl offensive coordinator takes over one of the lowliest franchises in the entire NFL that changes head coaches like I change underpants. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. It's obvious that they're going to draft Fernando Mendoza. That we know. But here's the thing that they should already be thinking about. Yeah. We're not just drafting that kid. We are starting that kid, no matter what. There's no more Geno Smith. Because let me tell you something. Geno Smith, who, again, I made this point weeks ago, his statistics during the regular season with Seattle last year were virtually the same as Sam Darnold's statistics for the Seahawks this year. So it's not like Geno was horrible for the Seahawks, but he was horrible for the Raiders. And you know why he was horrible for the Raiders, George? Because everybody else around him is horrible too, himself included. So there's no time. Why wait? Why wait 1 second? What, let Geno take the beating for the first 8 or 9 games and then bring Mendoza in? Okay, I see that philosophy. It worked for with Drake May. And then, the other part of it is, well, if you start him right away, he could get hurt. See Jaden Daniels. That's another example. So there are, test cases out there as to which is the better way to go. But for me, new coordinator, new head coach, new coordinator, new coaching staff, new quarterback, freaking start this kid right away. Bergie, I saw your eyes. You didn't love that comment.
Well, no, I was actually reading a little bit about Kubiak's press conference.
But do you agree or disagree? I mean, you bring in a rookie quarterback, and you're starting from ground zero.
Right.
So this isn't last year.
So I don't think that you can just go ahead and just say he's going to be the starter. I think that Fernando Mendoza is going to be great for this franchise. But if you can bring somebody else in, maybe not Geno because he was disaster last year, but Derek Carr is coming out. Derek Carr wants to come out of.
Man, Derek Carr.
Yeah, your boy.
Oh, Derek Carr. Derek Carr, hot man.
Wait, Derek Carr was to come out of retirement.
That's right. That's right. I love
for the right situation.
That's
he
right.
does. So
that's right. I
if
know
you
that
want
organization.
to, he wants to come and play the first 3-4 weeks and let Mendoza kind of learn the offense a little bit more and kind of learn from Derek Carr, who is a professional quarterback. That to me seems like a good plan. I don't need to start him right away if he's not fully ready and the offensive line is not fully ready. I don't want him to die like David Carr.
But is 3-4 weeks that big of a difference?
It at least gives him more time to see how the offense runs and really not putting all that pressure on him to be like,
But
okay,
look up-
you're the star right now.
Yeah, look up the numbers, though, on what it would mean. Because Geno Smith, when he got to the Raiders, he signed a pretty healthy contract extension.
Yeah.
So if you look at what Geno Smith's contract is and what that would mean in terms of dead money to the salary cap if they were to get rid of him.
I was looking at it yesterday.
It would
28, I think.
It's not a good situation. So
26.5 mil.
In dead money if they cut him?
It's a cap hit of 26.5.
Okay. Well, I guess maybe you could get through that, especially if you're the Raiders and you got this amount of money available to you. Maybe you could absorb it. For how long, Bergie? How long was his contract?
It was a 2-year, $72 million.
Yeah, it was a short deal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So he has an out next year.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I think with Pete Carroll, he could not come back. They just could not bring him back. It was so bad that they couldn't bring him back. And I feel that Geno is connected to Pete and that Geno was so bad, even though everybody else was bad too. And the offensive line was horrendous. And Max Crosby's like the only guy you got on defense. But still, you cannot bring Geno back, I don't think. And you can't, he's not a Band-Aid. And he doesn't seem to have the kind of personality where it's like, hey, bro, you're like in your mid to late 30s. Like, you just need to groom this young kid. I don't think he's that kind of guy. Now, Derek Carr might be.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr. Man, I'm so hot. They're getting me out of here now.
Meanwhile, shout out to Eric Hernandez 12 in the YouTube chat. Says, Sedano looks like he needs a quadruple shot espresso to listen to Cappy's takes.
No, it's just I feel like we're doing this thing where
with this,
I just think that Fernando is not going to be a guy. I'm actually with Cappy. I don't think Fernando is going to be a guy that you can throw in there, but I don't know if you have much of a choice. While I probably would agree with Bergman more, I don't know if there's – I feel like there's the old adage of starting another guy until you think the other guy is ready. There's never really a great place. It's very rare that there's a great place in the schedule to just throw somebody in. You know what I mean? Like, so while I want to agree with Greg, I kind of find myself torn and agreeing with Cappy because you should just commit to him from the beginning. Like, play him in the preseason, let him get his feet wet there, then – just you play him week 1 and you see what you have. And what you need to do, though, is this offseason is you need to address the offensive line and you need like a volume receiver. And what I mean by a volume receiver is not necessarily a guy who blows the top off the defense, although that'd be nice to have someone like that too. But just someone that you can say you pencil that guy in for 75 or 80 catches a year. No matter what, he's a professional receiver. He's going to catch the ball. You're going to be okay. You're going to have an outlet for a young quarterback, and that will open things up for a young tight end and perhaps even a young running back to grow together with the young quarterback.
What Hunter Renfrow was for Derek Carr.
I'd say
maybe.
Yeah,
I think he's too much of a possession receiver, but
that was the guy he went to when he needed a first down, third and Renfrow.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it, but I don't know if that's the type of guy. I mean, he's not built the way I would want my volume receiver to be. I would want my volume receiver to be like 6'1" or 6'2", 200 pounds. You know what I mean? Like that could take the pounding of getting the ball regularly.
You want a guy like Puka, and that's obviously not at the level of Puka, but a guy like
Puka. How about the kid from Indianapolis, Alec Pierce, is going to be available. I think he could be a good volume receiver.
Interesting.
But I'm in the camp of you start him right away. Look, I look at Bo Nix, and I look at what Denver did. and they got Bo Nix playing in year one, and they were good. They weren't great, but they were good, and they made it to the playoffs. And then in year two, what did Denver do? They had the number one seed. Now, is Bo Nix the reason they had the number one seed? No, but was playing Bo Nix from the beginning the reason why they were good enough in year two to have the number one seed?
So this kid, Alec Pierce, has, he had a career high last year in receptions, but he's been like the third receiver, second or third receiver, depending on who's been healthy. But last year, he had 47 catches, 6 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Like, he's a good player. I would give it a shot at him. He's 6'3", 210. Like, that to me is a guy that you can throw the ball to a lot and is reliable.
So how about this? What if, let's say Derek Carr does want to come out of retirement, he does want to go to the Raiders.
Which, by the way, New Orleans has his rights, just so you know.
Yeah, okay, so whether it works or not,
I'm not trading for Derek Carr.
No, absolutely don't trade for Derek Carr. No. But like a player along that line, a player like Derek Carr wants
let's say he's available. Let's say he comes out of retirement. Let's say New Orleans says we don't have any use for him, so they cut him. He's an available free agent.
Would you prefer to have Mendoza start from the beginning, or say we're going to start this guy for the entire year and let Mendoza
Carr does
sit?
Nothing for me. I just rather would start Mendoza.
And for me, Derek Carr would be a great mentor.
Right, he could be the backup. Right, for sure.
Would have a really nice chance to finish his career where he started, not in Oakland, but in Vegas with the Raiders. And remember, Derek Carr, for a guy who went through all the highs and lows of being a top over. When I say top, I think he was a second-round draft choice, and he was a starter his rookie season, and then. Year after year, they fired the head coach. They had a new offensive coordinator. I mean, this kid could not play for the same coach for 2 years ever in his career. Kind of reminds me of what's going on in Philadelphia, where that quarterback every single year, Jalen Hurts, has to go through a new offensive coordinator. Like, give this guy a little bit of consistency. But for Derek Carr, he had sort of the end of his career that he didn't want, right? Like, he got hurt. He couldn't play, couldn't practice. He decided he couldn't even throw the ball. He decided to retire. A year later, he's got a pretty decent podcast, him and his brother. And they're trying to follow the Kelsey brothers. But they haven't made the big money to commit just to the podcast. So, man, I'd like one more shot at glory. One more shot.
One of them's not also dating with the most powerful, entertainment female woman in the world.
Somebody needs to hurry up and get one of those brothers a date with somebody else. I don't know, like Lady Gaga, for all I know. I don't know who somebody.
Like Sabrina Carpenter. That's probably the next.
Whatever, dude. I mean, somebody get Miley Cyrus on the phone and have her start dating Derek Carr, and all of a sudden you'll see what happens to their podcast.
See, that could work. I could see those two together.
Derek Carr and Miley Cyrus? Yeah. I think Derek Carr's like really super
home.
Christian and super married and kids and everything else. Forget about that. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That wouldn't work. I was just thinking more about the accent that you were using.
But, yeah, I would just play Mendoza. And the Kubiak stuff is cool. Like, look, he said he had breakfast with Max Crosby, but we'll see how that works out.
So in his press, he did talk about how he wants to keep Max Crosby. So hopefully that's something that he can convince him to stay, because honestly, I feel like gutting your defense is not the right move at this point. I mean, I understand that you're going to get a bunch of picks and that it could help in that sense, but keeping one of the best.
Are they going to Myles Garrett him, where he says he wants out, and then just give him this big contract extension, and then all of a sudden, all right, fine, I'll stay.
He just got a contract extension. He's under contract for the next 3-4 years.
Fact is, he's a great player, and it's a good comparison, by the way, George, with Myles Garrett. Now, the Raiders' defense was not as highly ranked as Cleveland's defense, but you have one marquee player on your defense, and the rest of your team stinks.
Yeah.
So it's a fair comp. Now, I think, Bergie, maybe they can get Max Crosby to play left tackle also.
Maybe. They still have Colton Miller. Hopefully he's healthy this year. But is that when you're rebuilding a team, Sedano, let's say you're rebuilding whatever team you want to talk about, but can your most expensive player be on defense?
If your most expensive player is going to be a pass rusher, sure. I mean, I think it's possible if he's that impactful.
Which Crosby is that impactful. He's one of the best.
Yeah, and Myles Garrett is your highest paid player in Cleveland.
And Aaron Donald, wasn't he?
I don't know if Aaron Donald was the highest paid. I don't know.
I don't think he was the highest paid defensive player. He was never the highest paid player on the team.
But, I mean, in Cleveland, the reason that you can pay Myles Garrett more than anybody else is they don't really have a first-rate quarterback. They don't have anybody that's on, they've got a couple of rookie young
quarterback, let alone multiple
but Lindsay, they got a Pro Bowl quarterback now.
Right,
don't forget, they do have a Pro Bowl quarterback,
Yeah.
And Deshaun Watson's still making a lot of money.
Did that even I didn't even remember. I swear to I didn't even know what time it was on. I didn't watch
Nobody
one
watched
second of it.
Neither did I.
It was like a Tuesday.
The only reason I saw some of it is I was at the barbershop and they had it on that night.
Oh, they were the ones.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I believe it was on ESPN, right?
It was?
Yeah. Probably don't want to rip our own product.
I'm not saying I'm ripping our product. I'm just it's
The NFL's.
just
The NFL's product, and
what
it
is
stinks.
what does the Pro Bowl become? It's an NFL issue.
NFL now owns
ESPN issue.
10% of ESPN.
That is true. I guess we are ripping our own product. aren't we?
Exactly. I hold up the sign of the beautiful man. I saw him on the court last night before the Lakers game, the one and only Jacob Emrani Sedano.
Yeah, listen, it's very simple, guys. You get into an accident these days, Cappy, there's that new number, and you see it all around town because every rider in L.A. knows the drill. You're careful, you're visible, you're following the rules, but all of a sudden, one driver who doesn't check their mirror, one car that changes lanes without looking, and suddenly,
BAM!
You're sliding across asphalt.
Yeah.
Motorcycle accidents aren't
asphalt.
like crashes, Cappy. They're not like the other crashes.
No, they're not. And injuries with motorcycle accidents can be devastating. I mean, even at low speeds, road rash, broken bones, head trauma.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Yeah.
Road rash?
Oh, bro, road rash bad.
Yeah.
What's
Really
road
bad.
rash?
Road rash.
You have
is when,
like
strawberries.
slide across
the
the
scrapes
asphalt.
all over your body.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
I've
not
had
good.
them, dude.
Road rash.
Oh, I've had
Well,
them bad.
yeah, that's what's. Are you serious? You've never heard that word before?
I never have heard the term road rash.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
when you slide across the asphalt, you
Right.
get road rash. You
All
see what I'm
right.
saying? And the insurance companies, you know what they like to do, George? They like to blame the rider. They'll say, well, you were lane splitting recklessly, and they'll claim you were speeding, and they'll do whatever it takes to minimize what they owe you. You cannot let them get away with this.
Yeah, no. Jacob and Ronnie and his team have standing up for motorcyclists across Southern California for years. His team at the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie understands the unique challenges riders face. They'll fight to get you the compensation you deserve for your medical bills, your lost wages, your pain, and your suffering. And if you've been hit while riding, all you got to do is call Jacob at that new number, 800-345.
6789.
That's 800-345.
6789.
Or visit the website, calljacob.com for free consultation. No obligation, no fee unless you win. And whether you're a ride cruiser, a sport bike, or anything in between, call Jacob. I know a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you can go to their Instagram page at call.Jacob. Jacob's got this new, we actually talked about it last night, because you hear the promo I'm voicing, about the worst first date experience. Do you have a worst first date? I bet you do. Go to call.Jacob on Instagram. Follow him, and it's pinned right there, the worst first date.
I got a bad one.
I know you
I
do.
got a really bad one.
I'm sure you do. More of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. We're back in 3 minutes from right now.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving away a Mercedes every Thursday in February. Club Serrano members play all month long to earn entries for your chance to win this powerful and luxurious full-size German SUV. Join for free today and don't miss your opportunity to drive off in a brand new Mercedes. It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Quick PSA for you. Forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me. This is why I go with the Bouquet Company every time. Bouquet delivers modern bouquets fresh to her door. Plus, with my code, ESPN, you get 25% off. Bouquet's flowers are cut fresh from the best farms in the world. They've got incredible flowers, even roses, grown on the side of a freaking volcano. Bouquet makes it easy. Pick the bouquet, the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Bouquet has over 50,000 five-star reviews. And listen, even if she says, don't get me anything, that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Valentine's Day is February 14th, right after the big game, so don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Bouquets.com. That's BOUQS.com. Use my promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouquets, promo code ESPN.
Exactly right. Listen to DeMarco and Travis all week for your chance to win the Genesis Invitational VIP Tournament Experience. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7 to win a 4-pack of GA tickets, and you'll be qualified for a chance to receive honorary observer passes and a photo with the Genesis Invitational champion on Sunday. That's DeMarco and Travis, the afternoon show, 3 to 6 p.m. right here on ESPN LA. Meanwhile, the morning show, we're back in 90 seconds.
For over 40 years, Kendall Jackson Wines have been crafting exceptional wines from California's cool coastal vineyards. Family grown and family owned since 1982, Kendall Jackson is home to America's #1 selling Chardonnay for over 30 years. The iconic Vintners Reserve, with nearly 50 wines to choose from, including Cabernet Sauvignon, Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Noir, and more. There's a Kendall Jackson wine for every taste and every moment. Find Kendall Jackson nationwide at every major retailer, your favorite bar and restaurant, or deliver right to your door. Learn more and find a bottle at KJ.com.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Rich, Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now, but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
By the way, speaking of tap it, go tap the like button, you mongrels.
Yeah, tap that like button, mongrels.
Let's go.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
I'm not the kind of girl you take home that makes you happy.
7:48, good morning. It is a windy Wednesday on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Happy birthday. She turned 63, Cappy. Sheryl Crow.
Oh, yeah, man.
Still, would you put her in the Cher category?
I think Sheryl Crow is very sexy.
It's
But-
not in a weird way.
No, not in a weird way. I mean, the thing about Cher that's weird is that she's 80 and she's still hot. Sheryl Crow, 63, can still be very, very hot. 80, when you're hot and you're 80, that's weird.
Do we know who she's talking about in this song?
No. But she also did the theme song, or not the theme song, but one of the theme songs to the opening of the Cars movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to play that because I think everybody would be like, why are you playing the Cars movie song? But I really like it. I might play that later today.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Didn't she once have a relationship with Lance Armstrong?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's about Lance Armstrong?
I don't know.
I think this was before that.
Pre-Lance Armstrong.
Yeah, it
Pre-Lance
was like one of her
Armstrong?
first hits.
Guys, can I just tell you that I'm watching Olympic hockey this morning?
Yeah.
I'm watching Slovakia
Hold
against
on.
Finland.
Slovakia, huh?
Yeah, I don't even know where Slovakia is.
Oh, you know where it is.
Is it where I... Oh, no. Oh, no. Is that where Slovakia is?
It's in that region.
It is?
I guarantee you Slovakia was once
All right.
part of the USSR.
I got to Google map it. I got to find out where it is. I
While
have
you
no
Google
idea.
map Slovakia, let me tell you this. I guess we should pop this down. The partner's not going to like that. You know what time it is? It's time for BB Go For It. Every game, someone gets the chance to guess which team will score the first three-point basket. And last night, our BB Go For It contestant was Glenn Chang from Redondo Beach, who guessed that the Lakers would hit the first three. Well, Glenn Chang, incorrect. But, shouts out, you still want a $50 BB Go gift card. Want to play? Listen to Mason and Ireland for your chance to win on game days. Good luck from our friends at BB Go. Bring something different to the table. BB, go for it. Meanwhile, back to our Slovakia update desk.
Slovakia seems
That's a quick
to be...
fade, Jorge. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on. Get it together today, will you? Slovakia seems to be north of Hungary, east of Austria, a little bit south of Poland.
Oh, yeah.
And northwest of Romania and Moldova.
Oh, yeah, that's right in there.
Yeah, and really kind of a neighbor to Ukraine.
Oh, well, Ukraine's where Chernobyl was.
But Slovakia was part of Czechoslovakia, not part of the USSR.
But Czechoslovakia was part of the USSR at one point.
I don't believe so.
Well, then they were trying to conquer it.
Let me understand
Perhaps.
something, George, because you seem to know more about history and geography than I do.
Yeah.
Let's go to our Baltic update desk and George Sedano.
Are you telling me that Slovakia became the other half of Czechoslovakia, and now Czechoslovakia has been divided into Czechia and another country called Slovakia. Come on, you're kidding me.
Right.
No, that's not true. There's no way. No
They were
way.
never part of the USSR.
Really?
Yeah, we talked about this. It was the same thing when we were talking about Luka, and we were talking about Slovenia.
Oh.
And Chris just automatically assumes all those countries were part of the USSR. Excuse me.
How many S's are there?
Two.
No, it's USSR. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
USSR.
2 R's, correct.
Got it.
Yeah, none of those countries, Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, they were communist countries, so they were, I guess, influenced by the Soviet Union at that particular time, but they were not part of the Soviet Union.
Slovakia.
They had
I don't
similar
know.
leadership in the sense of like the communist regime.
So they only had one type of bread to choose from.
I don't know the bread situation.
don't
I
know.
had, I had bread options yesterday at the restaurant. There was $19.
That's
for
a good
bread.
segue. $19 for a basket of bread?
That's
Yeah, it was
crazy.
a lot of money for the
Did
bread.
you order it?
No, I did not.
I mean, just for the hell of it, like, hey, I don't want to spend $19 on bread, but I got to know what kind of bread is $19.
Gotta be good bread.
yeah,
Should've
I
tried
chose not to. I had a nice meal, but I chose not to go with the bread at that point.
No carbs for you yesterday?
No, not true, because I did have a few French fries, but that was it.
But Slovakia sounds like something that you might spread on bread. I mean, it kind of sounds good, Slovakia.
So anyway, you're watching Slovakia and who play hockey?
And Finland.
Oh, Finland.
Slovakia and Finland playing hockey right now.
Now, is this men's or women's hockey?
This is men's hockey.
Okay.
Oh, someone
Now,
just
I'd have
scored.
to rely on Sam Boney to know if there are any NHLers on the Slovakian team.
Hey, Slovakia just scored.
Come on, really?
Yep, Slovakia just scored. 1-0 Slovakia over Finland.
You're way ahead of me, man. Here comes Slovakia. They've dumped the puck into the zone, goes around the keeper. Oh, and it's intercepted. And here comes the shot and goal for Slovakia.
I need a better goal from
USSR
you.
adjacent Slovakia.
Slavkovsky with the goal. I think Slavkovsky. I don't know his name.
That sounds awfully Russian to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Cappy, you were wondering about the Pro Bowl a moment ago when we discussed it briefly. A massive drop in viewership this year. 1.9 million.
They
down
had
from
1.9
4.7 last year. And the original year of their flag football was 6.2 back in 2023. So they have continuously dropped to the point where everyone realizes this is not worth watching.
Well, do you realize that the Pro Bowl was played inside the convention center in San Francisco?
Yeah.
And that evening was the media party. Well, when you tell media people that you're going to give them free food and free booze, they go there.
Yeah.
So it was almost as if the NFL was like, the Pro Bowl is so embarrassing. We don't even want anybody to show up and cover it. So let's have the media party in the same day at the same time. And by the way, let's take the media as far away from the Pro Bowl as we can. And they bust the media 45 minutes south to the EA Sports headquarters. So while the Pro Bowl thing was happening in the convention center, there was no media there to cover it because they don't want it covered because it's an embarrassment.
Do you think they put Shador Sanders in it just because they wanted extra viewers, possibly?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if they did or didn't. I don't know if that actually is going to bring more viewers because he wasn't deserving of being there.
Wait a minute. EA Sports is in Redwood City, isn't it?
Correct. That's right.
That's where the media party was? In
Yes,
Redwood
sir.
City?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my Lord.
I know. At the EA Sports headquarters, which I guess if you were from another part of the country, you'd be like, hey, Silicon Valley and a tech company, and this is a big campus, and isn't this cool? But then it was like, I got to schlep all the way down there?
That's like literally the Super Bowl being here next year and having the media party in Woodland Hills.
Right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yes.
Crazy. I know that's why, listen, San Francisco, I'll just say this. It was beautiful. It was fantastic. The weather was world class and everything was terrific. Other than the fact that all the festivities were spread out. It took hours to get anywhere. I was talking to a buddy of mine yesterday who left the convention center and went to the game 2.5 hours by bus, the media, to go from the convention center down to the stadium on Super Bowl Sunday. 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Took them 45 minutes to get back north. That's how much traffic there was getting down towards Santa Clara.
So anyway, the NFL has a Pro Bowl problem now.
Well, what they should do is go back to what they used to be.
But now
which
they
is a
won't.
game.
You know why? Because a lot of retired veterans, well, I guess they're retired veterans. Like Steve Young is talking about, he did the circuit last week and talking about how the hardest hits he ever took was in the Pro Bowl. So
Really?
now the NFL will never do that.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he did, I think, on DP show with Dan Patrick about how he always got whacked because nobody on the offensive line is actually playing hard. So the guys would just blitz right through and hit them.
Yeah, but
so there's got to be a fair balance between the old Pro Bowl game and some sort of game, because we would all tune in, because I used to enjoy it as a kid, because it was another week of football, right?
Right. It was a week after the Super Bowl, and you were desperate. You're like, oh, no, football ended. The NFL season's over. And then it's like, oh, I got the Pro Bowl. I got one more game in Hawaii. That's it. I'm with you.
And it was cool because everybody wore different jerseys, but their old helmets. It was fun.
I loved it. I loved.
Yeah, they should really go back. I know. Now that we don't have it, now we want it back.
Right.
We used to rip it. We're like, this thing sucks. Nobody even really
remember
plays.
when Sean Taylor, may he rest in peace, was like annihilating people on the field? That was probably a little aggressive, but it was like he took it serious.
I think that's the kind of stuff Steve Young was talking about.
Well, that was because anybody who was on the field in the fourth quarter, that's when guys wanted to win, because everybody's like, oh, damn, I brought my whole family down here, and if we win, I get $60,000, and if we lose, I get $30,000, and I'm in the hole. So all of a sudden, the fourth quarter came, and you're like, I'm going to sack that quarterback, or I'm going to knock this guy's head off. It's true.
Meanwhile, 7:58 coming up on 8 o'clock. On a windy Wednesday, Windy will be in here around 8:30 this morning. The great Brian Windhorst from ESPN. Meanwhile, as we get ready for 8 o'clock at KSPN Los Angeles, Good Karma Brands radio station, I knock on the hard wood. Because Sedano's going to tell us about our friends, the Crazy Hernandez brothers, at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring.
We need to bring in some turf. I'm going to bring in one of those turf samples that I got yesterday from Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, and we can just like rub the turf is what we'll do.
Yeah, Cappy will rub the turf on you.
Yeah, we will.
Exactly. There you go.
Get down on
Vince
that turf.
came over to measure for the turf yesterday.
Oh, Vinny.
Yeah, exactly. So Steven Hernandez took care of that. And here's the deal. You've heard us talking about our friends over at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Dr. Clapper, Cappy, the Italian Stallion, now me. I'm getting the turf for the outdoor, okay? You want authentic, old-school, family-owned TLC? A company who features wholesale pricing year-round? I got your guys. It's the Crazy Hernandez brothers. You've heard us talk about them. All you got to do is call them at 866-62-FLOOR. My question for you is this. If you need new floors, why haven't you checked them out yet? What the hell are you waiting for? Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. Whatever kind of flooring you're looking for, they have it in stock. They brought me 3 different samples of turf. They got this like really green one. They've got like this other one that was a little high, but it wasn't good for the pets, right? So we had to go with something a little lower. This one looked like green, but it also had like a little brown mixed in, so it didn't look like too green. It looked kind of natural. So we went with that one. There's so many options to choose from, whether it's the hardwood, the laminate, the tile, the vinyl, the carpet, or that artificial turf I was just talking about. And the flooring is waterproof, scratch-proof, kid-proof, pet-proof. Whatever you need, Hernandez Wholesale Flooring has it. And the Crazy Hernandez are always going to take care of you. If you're a first responder, active military, or veteran, you receive additional discounts on top of the already low prices. Plus, if you find a better price, which I doubt. Okay, I'm telling you right out the gate. Not going to probably happen. But let's just say you did. You call Hernandez at 866-62-FLOOR. You tell them your square footage. You tell them the price you got. They'll match it, no questions asked. So shoot them a call at 866-62-FLOOR. That's 866-62-FLOOR. Visit the showroom, the OG location in Commerce, right next to the Commerce Casino, right off the 5 freeway. If you are in the OC, go to the Santa Ana location. Check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. That's HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year-round, because no sale beats wholesale. Again, check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net, or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
Cappy, Aunt Esther in the YouTube chat says Morales has turf on his chest. Now, I want to show you here, because I'm wearing a dress shirt today, because I'm going to VisionWorks. Yeah. So I am going to expose some of the turf on the chest. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Look at all that lettuce. that is looking good, boy. Hey, you're going to have a great time at
you and put some of that on the outdoor in my patio.
Well, I didn't want to take a break right at the top of the hour because people are getting in the car. Top of the hour integrity. So I did the chest hair bit because I'm going to VisionWorks today. By the way, I want to hear about how VisionWorks was yesterday for you and Lindsay later on in the show. But we're getting ready for Brian Windhorst at 8:30. If you just got in the car, you got your coffee, you got your bagel. Maybe it's got locks, maybe it doesn't. What I want you to do is stay with us for 3 minutes because we will be back with Fun and Frivolity next on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Visit CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
This is the Doctor in the Dugout with Dr. Alan Byer. Presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
I'm often asked about people who suffer their first back injury, think they've pulled a muscle in their back, and they don't stretch enough as far as their back is concerned. So when do you seek care from a doctor when you've sustained a back injury? At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we like to tell people that the most important thing is to watch and see if that back pain is radiating down your leg, causing any numbness, causing any weakness, or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery, right here on 710 ESPN.
In Los Angeles, business is personal. It's built on trust, shared goals, and showing up where fans live and listen. At ESPN LA, we don't just close business, we open partnerships. We are hiring audio marketing consultants and play-by-play marketing consultants, local experts who know how to connect brands through ESPN LA's talent, digital platforms, events, and the power of Lakers, USC, Rams, Kings, Angels, and LAFC play-by-play. This role is about listening first, creating custom solutions, and building long-term relationships with businesses across one of the most iconic sports markets in the world. If you are driven, collaborative, and ready to represent the best brands in sports, this is your opportunity. Competitive pay, full benefits, real growth. Open your next partnership with ESPN LA. Apply today at goodkarmabrands.com/careers. goodkarmabrands.com/careers.
ESPN LA is bringing the action to Hollywood Park Casino for the House Rules Grand Opening Celebration, happening Thursday, February 12th from 3 to 5:30 p.m. Join ESPN LA's DeMarco and Travis, as well as me, Chris Morales, as House Rules by Hollywood Park Casino, partnered with Legends Attic, the Southland's premier sports memorabilia gallery and store, officially opens its doors inside LA's hottest card room. Celebrate in style with great food, drinks, prizes. Meet Oral Hershiser and Isaac Bruce. More information at playhpc.com/events.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text CAR to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text CAR to 215-215. That's CAR to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo. Domo.
8:05, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Capping on this day in 1983, the group Styx released the single, Mr. Roboto. And other than the hook, I don't think it was a very good song.
No, not really.
No, it was not.
I saw Styx a couple of years ago, just completely randomly. They got to be like 85, 90 years old at this point, these guys. But they sang this song, and everybody's walking around going like this. They're giving you the robot moves. I don't know why exactly. George, what do you think of these moves? You like these?
Yeah.
Pretty good, right? Pretty good robot.
By the way, shout out to Ron Mexico's RPO in the YouTube chat. When I showed my chest hair a few moments ago, he said, "Is Trudell and Morales' chest hair?"
Oh.
Here's another great comment from Epic Wolf. Morales' chest hair is like the trees in the Bad Bunny halftime show.
That's
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, God.
Speaking of Trudell, he was with us yesterday on a Live Imaging Tuesday, thanks to Providence, on the afternoon show, the DeMarco and Travis afternoon show. And he was great. He ate pizza that your friend, Adrian Gonzalez, brought by.
Yeah, I saw that.
What's his pizza place's name?
It's called Sliceria.
Yeah, so he brought pizzas, heart-shaped pizza. So Trudell was snacking on that. But then the real story broke out when Beto Duran, the great Beto Duran, host of the Toyota Lakers Countdown to Tip-Off and postgame and halftime, came in a panic because Bergman and him had swapped backpacks.
Yeah, that was
and
bad.
Bergman took his backpack, which had all his stuff, including his glasses, his Lakers credential, and everything, and had already had left him like an hour before.
No,
what?
So
No,
Bergman
I
was
was
already
home.
in afternoon drive in the valley.
Right.
And Beto's sitting here with Bergie's backpack. So of course we went through Bergie's backpack, but that wasn't that wasn't the important. We didn't find anything good.
Oh.
But the important thing was then
There was nothing in there.
Bergman had to Uber the backpack back.
Yeah. I had
An
to-
afternoon drive to get to Beto so Beto could go to the game.
How much? How much did it cost?
With tip and everything, about $75.
Wait, well, why did you take? Do you guys have like?
Do you have the exact same backpack?
So everybody has the same backpack.
Not
around
everybody,
here.
just
Not
for the
me.
record. I
But
know.
most people have the same backpack. And normally his backpack is much, much heavier than mine is. But I had a
So that wasn't like a tell for you?
no. So I'm gonna say that I had a glass, container,
type thing,
Tupperware
yeah.
that had all my food in it. So I put it in my backpack, so it made it heavier. So, and I didn't realize how much heavier it was or not, but it was just I knew my backpack was heavier than normal. I
Okay.
just thought that was that one.
Was it a glass Tupperware?
Yeah, glass Tupperware.
All right, hold on. I have a question. So it was Beto who discovered that the backpack that he thought was
Right.
his, when he went into it, he realized this isn't my backpack.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And then who put two and two together that
He called me.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. All I know is that he called me and he goes, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey,
Hey,
what's
man.
going on, Beto?" How's it going? "Hey, man, what's going on, man?" He's like,
God.
"So you have my backpack." And when I was actually pulling into my parking spot
Oof.
as he said that. I'm like, he's like, "I mean, you can just bring it back later tonight if you want to." I'm like, "Oh man, you want me to come back all that way?" We worked it all out. Like, I'll Uber it back to you. I'll get somebody to come. I got him back here. It was here about 6:05. So he was just a little punch just went down, got it. But yeah, it cost me about $75 to get him his backpack.
And
back.
Beto was very much
And it was
in a
all my
panic.
fault. I mean, it was my fault.
He was like, "How am I going to do a pregame show?" I said, "Don't worry, I'll call Sliwa."
Oh.
really, really.
So
Yeah.
what, did he just do it from the studio?
No, he ended up. Yeah, he did. He started from the studio, and then once he got
Fergie.
his credential, he went to the Lakers game.
I feel your pain on that. Remember what happened? I think it was 2 years ago at the All-Star Friday night softball game.
Oh, that was with Mason.
Me and Mason left the field together, and we drove to the Sunset Room. We went to the bar. So we go into the bar, and everybody's having a nice time, but I know I got to get out of there at some point because I got a long drive home. So I pull an Irish goodbye because that's kind of my move, and I leave. And I'm about 45 minutes from the Sunset Room, and I get a call from Mason, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to answer this call. Like, we don't ever talk by phone. We text, but we're not. So the phone is ringing. I'm like, I'm not answering this. I'm not answering this. Oh, what the hell does he need? Fine, I answer the phone. Hey, Mace, what's going on, man? He goes, hey, where are you, bro? I'm like, oh, I had to leave, dude. I left, you know. He's like, man, you got my bag in your back of your car, man. He's like, it's got my wallet. It's got my computer. I'm like, yeah, bro, it's Friday. I'll bring it to you on Monday. What's the big deal? He's like, no, man, my whole life is in there. What did I do? I literally turned around, drove the 45 minutes back to the Sunset Room, and then drove all the way home. And when I got home, everybody's like, where you been? I was like, dude, it took me like 4 hours to get home because I left with Mason's backpack and wallet and computer. Horrible. I should have pulled over and waited for an Uber. That was smart, Bergie.
Yeah, the Uber really saved me because think about it. In afternoon drive, it would take me an hour to get back and then another hour to get home after that.
Oh, Mean Gene would not have been happy about that.
No, she would have understood. But at the same time, like that's a lot of driving for a car that's on a lease.
Oh, real? Oh, right. You got mileage. You got mileage to think about.
Constantly thinking about it.
What do you got, 12,000 miles a year?
Yeah, 12,000 miles a year.
Terrible idea. You don't get 12,000 miles a year. You always go for 15,000.
I was going to go for 10 at first. I was like,
No,
I'll pump it
no,
up to
no.
12.
Oh,
No.
10, you're done.
No,
Yeah,
10.
I mean, you're going to go over for sure.
No, you lease a car 3 years, 15,000 miles per year. That's how you do's it.
Yeah,
I've never leased a car. How does it work? Do you end up having to pay like
if you go over the
exorbitant
miles?
Well,
amount?
I mean,
There's ways
here's
around
what,
it.
Here's
There
what
are.
some people will tell you. If you just go the 10, if you just lease another car and you don't go like egregiously over, they will forgive it. And if you lease another car with them,
Right. Then
So-
they got you.
So that's exactly what my plan is because I'm already way over 24,000 miles. I'm not even done with year 2.
Oh, man.
So
no, but how way over are we talking?
Probably about 1,000 miles over.
That's not so bad.
No, that's not so bad. But the fact is, I'm still behind.
It's 25 cents a mile usually.
Right. 25 cents a mile times 1,000.
Oh.
Yeah, no. It's getting too close. So I'm just going to go to them and say, hey, like once year 2, like a month or two into year 2, I'm going to say, hey,
$250. No.
yeah, I'll say, hey, why don't you just give me another car? We'll do this all over again. Bing,
But
bang,
what if they
boom,
tell
let's
you
go.
to just buy the one you have?
That's also a good idea, by the way. That's not a bad idea.
I don't know
buying
if-
the lease.
I don't know if they'll let me.
Yeah, of course they'll let you.
So some do, some don't. This company, it's Tesla. They said that they don't. When I bought it, they said they will not do lease to buy.
Right,
Yeah.
because they want to use it for their eventual fleet of cars or whatever that they're doing, like their own thing.
Right. So therefore, I have to just say, hey, just give me another one. I'm fine. I
you
would
went-
buy it though.
You went from a Prius to a Tesla?
Yeah, it was a much better. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, you should have gone to Cadillac of Beverly Hills or Ocean Subaru or
Right, I
Felix
was gonna
Chevrolet
say.
or George Chevrolet.
Right,
Yeah.
we've
At
got
the
a million
time,
car dealers for you
That
to work
wasn't a
with.
thing at the time. But yeah, no, I would absolutely should have done that.
Wow, that's tough. Having to go back, but smart move on the.
Could have gone to Northridge Toyota, supported
Right.
Beto.
Right. A lot of places
Right.
for you to go. I mean, I hooked
Bertolo
you up with
Chevrolet,
Omar. Right.
Could have got a new Prius there.
Yeah.
I could have gotten a new Prius. He would have helped.
You could have gotten a Corvette from.
I mean,
from
listen,
Nicky the big guy.
Keyshawn drives
Blue,
a
though.
Prius.
It has to be
Are you
blue.
better than Key? Key drives a Prius.
No, I hated my car. I honestly hated my car.
Wow.
He was always worried that it was going to like blow up. So when we were in it, he'd be like, "Oh, this thing's going to go." I'm like, "It seems fine to me."
No. I thought that it was always going to explode at any moment. It
There was
was
a break.
explode.
Did he have brakes
well,
all
it's
the
like
time?
yeah, it was a
It's like that
2013.
lithium
It was
battery
old.
thing, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Those batteries for the hybrid cars, the batteries are very, very expensive.
I will admit that I once had a Prius, and
I liked the Prius. I just didn't like the car.
Yeah, I liked it too. And every time I showed up somewhere, they're like, "Yo, you got your sister's car or what?" And I'm like, "Oh man."
Yeah, my
Like,
mom.
I got ripped all the time for having a Prius.
Mine looked like I was a soccer mom. I had a van. It was just I hated it. Imagine so when I was single and I had this soccer mom van. I'd pick up girls and it was like, oh hey, yeah, don't. It's paid
Wait,
off.
it was a Prius
so-
van?
Hey,
It was
wanna
not the
get,
best look.
You want to get down in my Prius?
May or may not have happened.
Really?
Yeah, Cappy, you
In the
ever get
Prius?
down in your
Yeah.
Prius?
I don't recall getting down in my Prius. And I don't know if I would have been able to get. No, you know what? Come to think of it, I could have done it. No doubt, I could have done it. But
Tell you what, man, they have some comfortable seats
Tell you what,
back
man.
there.
I'll tell you what, man, that Prius is pretty good, man. I'll tell you what, terrific, man. I did hit a deer in the Prius though.
Whoa.
And
How did you not die?
Well, so here's what happened. It was
Well, we ruined top of the hour integrity.
Yeah,
we
forget
did. We
integrity
did.
for now.
We went chest hair integrity.
Yes, we did. I was driving. It was like super early in the morning, like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't see the deer, and I hit it, and I didn't know what I hit. But I heard the crunch. You know what I mean? Like I knew something was wrong. I stopped at a gas station. I looked at the quarter panel, the front quarter panel. I go, what the hell, man? There's hair. There's blood. I'm like, oh no. So I wind up turning around, going back, thinking, what if I hit a person and I just didn't see him? So I go back and I turn around and there is a biker and I can see his light. I'm like, no, I didn't hit this biker, did I? And then I see this deer stumbling across the street. And I'm like, oh no, I hit this deer. And the deer, of course, probably went out into the woods and then got eaten by 12 coyotes. But thousands and thousands of dollars worth of damage to the Prius. Kept me safe though, Bergie.
All right, we'll get back to top of the hour integrity here in a moment. But let me tell you this. Join ESPN LA tomorrow, February 12th, from 3 to 5:30 p.m. as the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show broadcasts live from Hollywood Park Casino for the House Rules grand opening. Meet Oral Hershiser and Isaac Bruce. Good job, Bergie, getting the names in here. You tell them in the back.
You're welcome.
Don't just put legends. What does that mean? Cappy's a legend. Are you meeting Cappy?
Right, you're not meeting me.
Enjoy food and drinks and experience LA's hottest card room firsthand. More info at playhbc.com/events. Hollywood Park Casino. Party and play 24/7, and even though Travis isn't excited about it, I'll be there tomorrow as well to press the flesh.
Hey, Chris, one thing you should keep an eye out for. I'm watching right now on the Olympics. I'm watching this. I don't know if it's called it's luge. It's like women's doubles luge. So like one girl is laying on the other girl, and they're like, and the girl who's on the bottom, she can't see anything. I mean, she got nothing but the helmet in her face. But the beauty of this sport is, you're going to love this, is that if you look at their footwear, they're wearing like Skechers luging shoes. So I don't know if you've added to your Skechers collection yet the luging collection.
Well, I don't have I don't luge very often, but
Yeah, I don't know that these are actually like Skechers losing shoes, but they definitely have the Skechers logo all over them. That's pretty cool.
Good job, Skechers, supporting the winter games.
George,
Meanwhile,
you and I should do this. We should do doubles luge. You want the bottom or the top?
I think Sedano's more of a top.
You think he is?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like the top guy is the guy that's got to steer the luge. And the bottom guy's got to be the weight that brings
By the
you
way,
down the hill.
Rachel Nichols is going to stop by at 9 o'clock to talk curling with us. We were talking curling yesterday.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, they lost. So upsetting.
The Corys lost?
They won the
Corys
silver
lost.
medal.
Yeah, they
got silver.
Yeah, silver. Yeah, but they lost in the finals. It was
okay, they got silver.
disappointing.
By the way, producer Emily has checked in via text. She says what Cappy said about hitting the deer is actually a plot to a movie, Juror Number 2. Instead of the deer, the person actually hit a woman.
Oh.
Did you actually hit a woman, Captain?
No, you hit
I
a
hit
deer.
a female deer. I hit a doe. Yeah. So.
Okay, can we talk sports here? I feel like we've completely gone off the rails. Like, can we
We're
do
talking
something
Olympics.
that's not
Feel like
this?
it.
Yeah, we
like,
talked
I
about
don't even know
luge.
what we're talking about anymore.
Skechers, Olympics, deers, Priuses.
You being on the top, Cappy on the
Teslas.
bottom.
Right.
I mean, Jesus. How about we just go to break and just reset? How about that?
Yeah, well, let's talk about your friend's Books, though.
Okay, let's do that. Let's
All
talk
right.
about Books, and let's we apologize for whatever the last 12 minutes was. How
I
about
thought it was
that?
awesome.
At least I do. It's pretty terrible. And you know what? I feel like we deserve the audience. We should send them Books, right, for Valentine's Day after those last 12 minutes. Quick PSA: forgetting Valentine's Day flowers is not the move. Trust me when I tell you that. That's why we go to the Books Company every single time. Books delivers modern bouquets fresh to your significant other's door. Plus, with our code ESPN, you get 25% off. Books flowers are cut fresh from the best flower farms in the world, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last way longer. They've got incredible flowers, even roses that grow on the side of a freaking volcano. And the best part, Books makes it easy. Even Cappy could do it. Chris could do it. Neanderthals like me could do it. All right, pick the bouquet, pick the delivery date, and you're done. No last-minute panic. That's why Books has over 50,000 five-star reviews. Time is running out, though, okay? It's February 11th, okay? February 14th is right around the corner. And even if they say, don't get me anything, that doesn't mean no flowers. Flowers still score every time. Get your flowers right away. Don't fumble this. Order now. Go to Books.com. Use the promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's Books, spelled BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Books, promo code ESPN for 25% off.
Thank you, Sedano. Love the people at Books. Now, Cappy, are you there? On the luge, can we switch off? Like, do you always have to pick a side, or can we switch off?
That is a great question. Like, you always the bottom, or could sometimes you be like, hey, listen, I feel like I should be on the bottom right now. You be on the top. I don't know.
We need a luge expert. Maybe we'll effort that. But we will get back to sports and the Lakers' destruction last night at the hands of Wemby. That's all I had. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Back in 3 minutes on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
And straight to the championship with a brand new truck from Northridge and Wonders Toyota. Lease a brand new 2025 Tacoma for just $84 a month for 36 months plus tax, only from Northridge and Wonders Toyota. You got a trade-in? Your ride could be worth more than you think. So get in the game with Northridge and Wonders Toyota. They make it easy.
2025 Toyota Tacoma 2.4L Turbo, model 7162G, VIN number 3TYJDAHN 1ST037657. Lease excludes tax, title, license, registration fees, dealer options, and charges. $59.95 due at signing.
Located in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, Crypto.com Arena is pulling back the curtain and unveiling new behind-the-scenes VIP tours presented by Delta Airlines, which offers an exclusive look inside one of the world's most iconic sports and entertainment venues. Expert guides will lead small groups through spaces that have hosted legendary sports championships, world-renowned concerts, and epic awards. Guests will also explore the VIP areas and experience the arena's latest renovations. Visit CryptoArena.com/tours for more info.
Hello, it's James Worthy here. Do you manage your body well? I know with all my years of wear and tear, I have to, and I do it with IceBod Active Wearable Cryotherapy. I just put on my compression wear with the pockets that fit rubbery ice-cold gel packs and chill all my problems away. I can wear it under my clothes and go. I'm such a believer of their wearable cryo that I became an owner of the company. Try it, and you will thank me. Get yours at icebodactive.com.
Treat yourself to Pechanga Resort Casino's annual wine festival and chocolate decadence on Saturday, March 7th. Indulge in a day of unlimited food and drinks, including hundreds of wine varieties, gourmet food, and chocolate confections. Plus, enjoy live music as you explore amazing items up for grabs in the silent auction. Admission includes a commemorative wine glass. Event proceeds benefit Habitat for Humanity Inland Valley. VIP hour starts at 11 a.m. and general admission at 1 p.m. Visit pachanga.com for tickets and more info. Cheers.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Mornings on ESPN LA will never be the same.
Now, you should put in a request to ESPN like, hey, I'm a tropical brother, okay?
Sedano and Cap have taken over Morning Drive.
Palm trees and sunshine only.
Yo soy este Miami, okay?
Back to the guy.
8:23, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. Brian Windhorst will join us in about 7 minutes from right now. Sedano, Brandy turns 46 today.
Happy birthday, girl.
Happy birthday, Brandy. Today is also Make a Friend Day. Like that Dear Cappy hit. Make a friend. Touch a hand, make a friend. We'll do a little bit of Lakers here, and then we'll talk about our friends at Vision Works, and we'll get ready for Windy. But Sedano, our friend Evan Cohen this morning on Unsportsmanlike. You hear him 3 to 7 a.m. leading into this show, and he joins us weekly, too, on Tuesdays. He was very vocal about the Lakers. Let's hit it, Lindsay.
The Lakers are in the no man's land category, and thus there is no point to this season. They have a top 5 player of all time in LeBron. They have a top 5 player in the sport in Luka. You can't tell me the point of this season is to win a championship because LeBron just told you they have no chance of doing that. You can't tell me the point of the season is for draft status. You can't tell me the point of the season is for player development with young players. The majority of the team is on an expiring contract to get to the team that Luka can build around. The only point of this season for the Los Angeles Lakers is to ultimately get LeBron James off the roster so they can restart this franchise around Luka. This is as pointless of a season for as relevant of a team as we have ever seen in the history of sports.
I don't know if I would go that absolute at the end, but it is definitely, it feels like we're just going through the motions here.
No doubt. And as a matter of fact, yesterday, I think Trudell, maybe it was with Chris, you were talking about earlier how Trudell had come in on DeMarco and Travis. And I don't know if it was that show or if it was the pregame with Michael and Beto. But he made a really interesting point, George, that when you look at a team like Oklahoma City, who we saw the night before, or you see a team like San Antonio, who we saw last night, many of these teams, and it really reverts back to last year when Oklahoma City was playing Indiana in the championships, many of these teams now are built through the draft. And players are drafted and cultivated. And if you look at the Lakers roster, there's not one guy who's contributing to this year's team that the Lakers got through the draft. Every single player, and they went through it.
I know Austin Reeves was undrafted, but they brought him through their system, so that's not accurate.
They pointed it out. They pointed that out that Austin was actually not a drafted player, but he is a homegrown player. But everybody else, I mean, just look at the roster. Everybody else was drafted by someone other than the Lakers and has been brought to the Lakers. And it's to me, it's a very interesting point because, again, you look at Oklahoma City, look at San Antonio, look back to last year to Indiana. They're building teams. They're not just trying to find a free agent that's going to get them over the top. And that's what the Lakers have not done.
Well, I would say historically, it's especially in the salary cap era, it's easier with drafting your guys because you go through the ability of being able to pay them more so you can retain them and keep them. And also, it counts less against the cap, right? So I think that plays a role in it as well. So, yeah, it's more advantageous to do it that way. But I'm looking at look at a team like the Knicks. I mean, they were in the conference finals last year. They don't have really any homegrown talent.
Okay, so there's a good example.
They've had some success.
Okay.
The Cavaliers, I mean, Evan Mobley is the guy they drafted. But outside of that, there's not really a lot of homegrown talent in the guys that are impactful there. But, yeah, you should have at least one guy, you would think, and the Lakers have one guy. You know, they have Austin Reeves as kind of one of those guys. But go ahead.
No, sorry. Just to the Evan sound of this whole thing, this is what we've been talking about since the beginning of the season. Cappy's side was he wanted to wait and not do anything. And
right, but this is what you deal with then.
Right, exactly. This is what you were saying. Like you're wasting a 26-year-old, and Cappy's saying we have to wait. This is everything that Evan's saying is what we already knew, that this is how it's going to be at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Well, we did or we didn't, meaning like we knew that this was a punt year, meaning this is going to be LeBron's last year. Luka is signed long-term. And as much as we say that you're wasting some of Luka's prime, he knew what he was getting into when he chose to sign the long-term extension. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, if we look at it the other way, yeah, they've got LeBron, they've got Luka, they've got Austin, and they might be able to make a move in season before the trade deadline that could be impactful, that could help them go deeper. Well, guess what? They did not. They did not make that move. And, George, you pointed it out yesterday. Why did they not make that move? Was it because they didn't try? Seemed like they tried. Or was it that people didn't want to deal with the Lakers? Possibly. Is it because the Lakers don't really have anything on this roster that anybody else really wants or finds value in? Perhaps that's the answer. Nonetheless, we now know, as Wendy always says, the actions tell you the story. So the actions are and were the Lakers are not doing anything this year. Now, can they make some sort of a run in the playoffs? You pointed it out yesterday. What happens if they come up against San Antonio in the playoffs, and guess what? Wemby's hurt. Wemby can't play. Do the Lakers have a chance then? Maybe. What happens if they go up against Oklahoma City, and Shea is hurt, but the Lakers have LeBron, Luka, and Austin? Do the Lakers have a chance? Maybe. But you're sort of hoping or depending on a matchup where the best players aren't available for some reason, and that seems to be like the only path forward. What do you say?
Cap, I just think that ultimately, this is something we can discuss further with Brian, right? Because he's going to be in studio any moment now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think we should discuss further with him because he'll be more informed on the potential routes that can be taken here.
Well, all I know is this. I don't know why I and you and Bergie and Lindsay and everybody who's listening and watching right now, why did we all watch that game last night? Like when we knew that none of the starters were going to play and that Wemby had 25 points at the end of the first quarter, why did we all stick around and watch that last night?
The Bronny James show.
And wait a minute. Don't you want to see what the team has?
Well, I know what they have. I mean, not really, no.
Okay.
No, I mean, I was like, wait a second. Rui, Laravia, Hayes, Luka Nard, and this, how do I say this kid's name? Is it Bufkin? This kid that they just brought up?
I mean, really? You don't know how to say his name? It's pretty easy to say.
I just want to make sure I know. Because last night I was like.
How else would you pronounce his name?
How about
Bufkin?
How about Buffkine?
Well, you got to see Bronny, Cappy. Didn't you want that?
Bronny didn't do that much for me. Although, hey, listen, I'll give him his credit. You know what? Listen, if we give credit to Wemby for crushing a team with 25 points in 7 minutes, can we give Bronny a little love? 25 minutes, 12 points?
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't know, Sedano. I think Cappy gave us better stuff on the luge, just frankly.
I mean, the luge was really good.
Meanwhile, as we wait for Brian Windhorst from ESPN to join us on a windy Wednesday, Cappy, you were at VisionWorks yesterday in Santa Ana. How'd that go with Lindsay?
You know, Linz, I don't know how you felt about it. I thought it was great. The ladies who worked there were fantastic. They were sweet as can be. I got my the pre-exam before I even saw the eye doctor. And then the eye doctor walked me through all of what was going on. I was telling her how things were blurry, far away. And before you knew it, I was able to get a prescription. And I don't know exactly what it's called, where the top of it is for distance. The middle is more like looking at a computer. It's three things, though. And then the bottom of it.
Trifocal.
Yeah, there was a different name. But, Lindsay, I had a great experience at the VisionWorks yesterday. And by the way, we always talk about them working around your schedule. I felt like we were in and out very efficiently. What did you think?
Yeah, definitely. It was probably 20, 25 minutes overall between the exam, picking out the frames, and, just getting our prescriptions and getting out of there. So shout out to everybody at the Vision Works in Santa Ana. It was a great experience. Dr. Wen was amazing.
Yes, she was.
They do this cool thing when they give you an exam. They take a picture of your retina and your eyeball. It's pretty cool, and then you get to look at it. So I hope you like the frames that I picked out for you, Cappy. So we'll check that out on social.
I love them. Lindsay knows I like the clear frames. She also knew that I'd like something a little funkier. So I got these green frames, which I think are pretty cool. They're kind of my version of Sally Jesse's. And then I even got a third pair, which is these red frames, but these are sunglasses, and they've got a prescription in them. So I'm going to stop complaining and kvetching about not being able to see, because you know what we did yesterday? We went to Vision Works, the Santa Ana store, and it was an awesome experience. Chris, I can't wait to hear what's going to happen with you when you get down to Brea.
Yes, today the whole caravan is going. Myself, Ron Mitchell, our MC, we're heading down to Brea this afternoon. And then Carlos Saisu will be on the site at Vision Works in Brea as we do my eye exam. And they're already ready. They know I had 3 strokes and 4 seizures last year. They know about my left eye peripheral vision. They know what I'm dealing with, and they're ready to tackle it. I can't wait. And I'm going to say to them, hey, you know what? I ain't going to spend my tax refund on Fritos and bubblegum.
Chicharrones.
Chicharrones? Contraception? Oh, no.
No?
No. I'm going to spend it on my eyes. Go to Vision Works. They got the BOGO, 2 pairs, 1 easy decision. Buy 1, get 1 free at Vision Works. Meanwhile, as we wait for Brian Windhorst, we'll take a timeout. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. We're back in 3 minutes from right now.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
For a century, the Genesis Invitational has stood as one of golf's greatest stages, where the game's legends make their mark and history is written.
It's official. The round that will long be remembered. Oh, yes! Ludwig Oberg.
February 19th through 22nd, celebrate 100 years of championship golf. Experience the drama, the tradition, and the moments that define the Genesis Invitational. Get your tickets now at genesisinvitational.com.
President's Day savings are on at George Chevrolet, so shop now and save big. Lease a brand new Chevy Silverado 1500 for just $289 a month for 36 months and $39.5 due at signing. Or take advantage of up to $1,500 off on select remaining 2025 Silverado 1500 models. 91 Freeway, Lakewood exit in Bellflower, or online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Discount calculated off MSRP on select models. Lease offer approved credit through GM Financial. Ends 3/2/2026. For full details, call 866-949-4805.
Hey, Laker fans, 2026 is the year of you when you suit up with National University to pursue a career-focused bachelor's or master's degree. Take your best shot with NU's Year of You scholarship and score up to $6,000 annually toward an industry-current bachelor's or master's degree. 4 or 8 week courses, flexible online options, plus free tutoring, career counseling, and more. Apply by March 31st at nu.edu. Terms and conditions apply.
Bruh. Join ESPN LA Thursday, February 12th from 3 to 5:30 as myself and the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show broadcast live at Hollywood Park Casino for the House Rules grand opening. Come meet sports legends, enjoy food, drinks, and prizes inside LA's hottest card room. Visit playhpc.com/events for more info.
With Progressive customer service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Empower.
After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he could be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
The The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on.
And this is going to get a little complicated, Cappy, so follow me here
I'm
for a
listening
second.
very intently.
Mornings on ESPN LA will never be the same.
I'm listening very intently. Go ahead. I can't wait to hear what's about to happen next.
Back to Sedano and Kap.
Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love me forever? When I caught in a hit and run.
8:36. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. Ryan Windhorst will join us in moments. Cappy on this day in 1989, the number one hit, a show favorite, Paula Abdul. Straight up.
Didn't we talk about this just the other day about which one of her videos had the Pink Panther in
Yeah,
it?
because we played opposites attract.
Right.
DJ
Was that
Scat Cat.
Oh, DJ Scat Cat. That was that song, not this song.
That song, not this.
Okay, gotcha.
Also,
Gotcha.
happy birthday. We lost him in 1931. Thomas Edison.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
1931, huh?
1931.
I did not know. 1931. Gotcha.
Meanwhile, last night at Crypto.com Arena, Lakers Spurs. Guess who was in the house? Sitting on the court, by the way. Mike Taylor, the man who makes all my shirts. I'm wearing one today with my monogram on here. And there's a monogram in the back, too. The great Raj Kaswani of Kaswani Custom Clothers. And you know what he said to me? Him and his son was there.
Can I take a guess?
We brought it in, and he said, hey, man, when are we going to make this shirt for Cappy?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. That was my birthday present a year ago.
2 years ago, actually, I think.
Yeah. Listen, I know because the birthday's coming up.
Yeah, by the way, we've gotten some questions to the YouTube chat. It's Tuesday is your birthday, right?
Tuesday. That's right. Are we doing a live remote anywhere?
Well, are you doing the show or are you going to take the day off?
No, I told you I don't like people who take days off for their birthday. I think they're losers.
All right. Well, we'll get Raj Kaswani in here. Now, he's got to measure everything for the shirt.
Oh,
the
really?
The wrist, the chest, the neck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that where it ends?
Well, if you're getting slacks, then he'll measure everything.
All right.
You want me to buy you slacks, too?
No, you don't have to buy. I like the monogram shirt concept.
You going to go
All right.
French cuff or button?
What do you think I should do?
Well, you know I'm a French cuff guy.
Yeah, then I'll French cuff it. I got some cufflinks.
Big French cuff guy.
I'll do that. No problem.
I'm
You know, Sedano is he'll come back here in a second, but I got to go back to the Lakers last night. Is there anybody who's like where is your emotion around? Like for me, I get it. Wemby was awesome, and at the end of the first quarter when he had 25 points, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? The Lakers are not going to win this game. It's not going to be competitive. So what am I watching for? Could Wemby possibly go for 100? I mean, he was on pace for 100, so why not root for him to go for 100? Sometimes I think you get so angry with your own team that when you know they're going to lose, you almost want to see them get pounded on just to see what the after effects of all of that are. Am I alone in that emotion?
I think so. I never wanted them to get pounded on. I kind of wanted them to at least show a little bit of fight and see what these other guys can do. When you have all your top 5 players out, what these other guys can do. Obviously, you don't expect to win at all, but we've seen multiple times where the Lakers went to the Celtics, went to Boston, and they won a game there without LeBron, without AD, whether it was Luka or whoever it happened to be on the team at the time.
Well, I remember that game because, remember, it was Austin Reeves who had like a monster game that night.
Yeah, and there's one where Rajon Rondo had a monster game when they were all out back in, 2020, 2021, whenever it was back then. So teams do win those games sometimes, and this team showed absolutely zero fight. This would be a game for me where Rui Hachimura would be like, okay, I'm going to be the one to take over this game. He did not.
No, he had 6 points. He was 3 for 12 from the field, and I'm with you on that, Bergie. I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, listen, if you were Austin Reeves and you were the only quote-unquote starter or star that was playing in this game, I feel like Austin Reeves would have gone out there last night and given you 35 points and would have put it out on the line.
Oh, yeah, he would have put 35, 40 points. He would have been incredible because that's who he's a good player in this league and possibly even the second best player when LeBron leaves. So they're going to build around him, possibly. Rui is not that guy, clearly.
And Rui had a chance last night to go, okay, look, my teammates, all my starter buddies here are not available. So you know what? When you look at who's starting in this game, Rui, LaRavia, Hayes, Kennard, and Bufkin, you're like, okay, Bufkin, we don't even know you, bro. I mean, we know we've heard. 28 points per game down in the G League. We've heard. Let's see it here. 2 for 10 from the field, 1 for 5 from three-point range, and 7 points in the game. I didn't expect the kid to show up and get his first start and score 28 points, which is what he's been averaging down in the G League. But I was looking to see, hey, what's this kid all about?
Right.
So yes, it's true. I was watching last night in part because I wanted to see what Wemby might do, and I also wanted to see, is there anybody on this team that maybe has some fight or maybe has some game? And I got to say, I was very disappointed in Rui, in LaRavia. Jackson Hayes was okay.
Yeah,
but
all of them. But also, like, think about guys like a Dalton Connect, who was supposed to be a part of this team at some point, and he played 5 minutes until the fourth quarter. He played the entire fourth quarter, but until then, he played 5 minutes in the game. You're down by 40, and he's playing 5 total minutes. That's how far back and out of this rotation you are at this point.
Yeah,
Are they just not that good?
No, they're not that good. And
Because, I mean, sometimes you need one of those better players around you to facilitate, and the rest of the team, we've always said, is just not that good. So when any of those guys, let alone the entire starting lineup, is missing, what did you expect?
But I think I look at some of these players like Rui again that are going to be – you're going to have to re-sign Rui, and it's going to cost money. So if you're going to do this, it's going to be costing around $20 to $25 million a year. Is this a guy that you want that can't, when guys are out, he can't do anything. He falls apart. He goes missing in games. He did in the game before, just in the game before against the Thunder. He did nothing in the second half. You didn't even know he existed at that point. So those types of things to me is what I was kind of looking for, and I saw nothing out of anybody on that roster.
Yeah, George, that's what we were. I know you're just getting back, but man, I'm telling you, we were looking at last night's game, thinking to myself, why am I watching? You know, like they're not going to compete, they're not going to win. If I were JJ before that game, I might have been, hey, guys, look, we all understand the situation. Let's get out there. Let's get some run. Let's get some guys some playing time that maybe don't get quite as much. And, guys, give it everything you got. But a guy like Rui with an opportunity to be a leader last night, nothing. LaRavia, not really much. There was very, very little fight. There was very little competitive spirit last night, or so it felt like that from where I was sitting watching.
8:43 in the morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
And now, in studio, the legend, the one and only Brian Windhorst joins us, my Colombo brother, with Sedano and Kap on the morning show. Good morning, Windy.
Stephen A. kept me a little longer than scheduled. I'm sorry.
That brother got a lot to say.
That is actually exactly what the problem was.
He kept you so you could listen to him, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't say that.
Did he like your suit the last time you were here?
I don't remember.
How about your tie? Did he like your tie?
I took my tie off.
Oh.
Because here's why. I'm going from here to Rich Eisen,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like, he is he has sort of a more casual aesthetic.
Yeah. He's a sweater over a collared shirt kind of guy.
Right. And I would have done that too, but if I had tried that on First Take, I would have been ejected from the show.
Oh, really?
But then I would have been here on time.
Yeah. I mean, Rich kind of dresses from the Peyton and Eli collection. You know what I mean? He's got that whole
I respect it.
Yeah.
I like it, Kathy. Yeah. I like that.
Wendy, we've been talking all morning long about what the Lakers put on the floor last night. What is your opinion of the squad that was out there wearing the Laker gear last night against San Antonio and against Wemby? What did you think about what the Lakers put out there last night?
Well, this is sort of a bit of the standard in the NBA now. It's the second night of a back-to-back. Luka's out. LeBron's foot is bothering him. You have to protect those guys. We're at the end of the first half here where everybody's getting the time off. And they made a value judgment. They made a value judgment on Austin. And then, once you hit that tipping point, like, it's not like if they played Ayton, it was going to be that much of a difference. So, this is the thing. Like, if NFL teams played multiple times a week, they would hold out a bunch of players. And when you see soccer teams that play multiple times a week in Europe, they hold out players when they do that, or they don't start their best players and they bring them in with like 20 minutes left in the game. The difference is that in basketball, one individual player makes so much of a difference. But this is the reality of the modern league, and teams have not been heavily dissuaded against doing this. The Lakers made a value judgment that spiking a game would be beneficial to them, and this has been commonplace for a long time.
It's unfortunate, if somebody buys a ticket to go to a game, they want to see their best players.
Yeah, but they got to see Wembanyama. I mean, that was amazing.
Fair point. Fair point. Here's my biggest concern, though, is that I'm worried that you have Luka, who's clearly he's been bothered by a groin as the year's gone on, and now he's bothered by a hamstring. So resting him at this time of the year is a smart move,
right,
or so it would seem. Let him recover. My concern is that he's going to wind up playing in the All-Star game because he feels international pride to play with his international brothers. And you always say that the actions speak louder than the words. If he plays in the All-Star game, isn't he saying that he thinks that's more important than the Lakers' regular season games?
No, because it's not even a game. I mean, I don't even know what to expect. I mean, when was the last time somebody got hurt in the All-Star game? But the guys aren't even taping their ankles. Like they're not even doing anything. So it's barely an exhibition. So no, I don't think it's the same at all. I don't think it matters.
All right, you're talking me off a ledge.
Like if they were actually going to go out and play like they did back in the Kobe days, where guys drew blood, maybe. But I mean, honestly, I do not know how Luka's injury is. Like I know JJ said it was a mild strain. I don't know if he's getting closer, but if he's going to pick a game, he's going to play against Dallas, not against San Antonio, right? So that's a no-brainer right there. And maybe he doesn't even know if he can play against Dallas, but you leave the option, you increase the chances of him playing against Dallas by giving him last night off.
Yeah, Brian, when I spoke to JJ on Saturday when we did their game on radio, he was not concerned that Luka was going to be a long-term issue.
Right. So, maybe he gets to play. Is the Dallas game on Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday, tomorrow night.
Yeah, so that maybe giving him yesterday off helps that a little bit more. And they haven't named a replacement for him yet. They named a replacement for the other guys. I think there's three guys. They haven't named a replacement for him at the All-Star. So we're getting pretty close. Guys are going to have to be doing travel. So my guess is if they haven't named an All-Star for him, then he must think he's going to be able to play. I mean, I don't know how he'll feel on Sunday. How can I predict on Tuesday? How can he predict? But I would say it's probably trending towards him wanting to play, and maybe trending towards him being able to play Thursday. We'll see.
Well, I certainly hope that's the case, George. I said it to you early in the week. If he doesn't get out there and play in one of these 3 home games this week, but then he goes and plays in the All-Star game, it just wouldn't feel right because I feel like these games are important. Now, Wendy, you're convincing me that last night it was a worthwhile cause to go ahead and just give up on that game. If Luka's not feeling good and he's not going to play, and LeBron is not going to play on a back-to-back, and Austin could, they should protect that calf. Great, whatever. You're going to lose the game. But you got to come back and you got to win this game against Dallas, right?
Yes, absolutely. Dallas is, quasi-tanking. Like they're not like a full-on tank, but they traded AD, and so yeah. I mean, look, half of the games in the league involve a tanking team right now. The other tonight we have the tank off in Sacramento. Or is it Utah or Sacramento? But it's Utah versus Sacramento, and sometimes they run into each other. But when you play a team that's not going full out, like if you look at the Lakers' schedule, and there's a team on there, you see a game against Sacramento, you see a game against Memphis, you see a game against Utah. Those are the games you got to win. The other day, the Heat lost to the Jazz. Jazz are doing some egregious tanking right now, and Bam Adebayo gave this assessment after the game that was very basic, but was sort of seen as crossing the line. He was not crossing the line, but speaking the quiet part out loud. It's like when you're playing a tanking team, you got to win. It's a very basic analysis, but is also very true analysis. And frankly, as you look at the Lakers the rest of the season, they're not, they have a bit of a harder schedule because they back end it with TV games. So when you get a tanking team, and Dallas is, like I said, quasi-tanking, especially at home, you got to win it.
Well, I would also say the concern for the Lakers, though, is you're half a game within falling into the play-in area. And that's the area you don't want to be in, because then, your season can end very quickly. And I think that even with this idea of this gap year, whatever people want to call it, this year where they're not going to go and put all their chips at the center of the table, losing in the play-in would not be where the expectation was, even for a team that wasn't expecting to compete for a championship.
Yes, I would agree. And I think that they would probably say that looking at these two games, the second night of a back-to-back against San Antonio, who's a powerhouse, and looking at Dallas giving, LeBron and Austin the 2 days off and giving, Luka a chance 2 extra days if he can play and trying to win that game and going 1-1 in this set, that would be trying to fulfill the mission of avoiding the 7. And I think that's probably what they're aiming to do. So they obviously got to take care of business tomorrow night. But it's not a fun thing to have to be doing that. It's not an ideal thing. Ideally, you say, we're going to try to win every game, but that's not reality. And that's not the way the Lakers and a lot of other teams are making decisions.
I don't know, man. This season is you've said it to us before.
I mean, this season stinks. Let's be honest.
I mean,
it does.
It's been a fun season. They've won a bunch of close games. Austin has had some great games. Luka's had some great games. Obviously, if you go there and none of them are playing, that's a bummer. But if you went to Crypto last night, I realize you're not cheering for Victor, but you got to see the guy scored 37 points in the first half. What else are you doing on a Tuesday night in February in LA?
No, I don't dispute that part of it, but I just think the totality of this, I just feel like we're in a weird place when the Los Angeles Lakers and a team with LeBron, who has LeBron James on it, is not actually trying to compete to, actively trying to be better or the best they can be. I just feel it's a really weird spot to be in.
I agree, but I think their process kind of makes sense. I don't think that there was a move that they could make that was going to make them able to compete to win the West.
But you said it to us many weeks ago that their record is better than the actual team.
Yeah.
And that's what we've seen. We've almost gotten kind of caught up in maybe they could be good. But you know what the problem is, Brian? That LeBron, Luka, and Austin have played a combined 10 games together so far this year.
I know. It's a bummer. And that's one of the things, if you're looking at, okay, what am I investing in this back part of the season? You're investing in that. You're investing in that those guys can get aligned. I mean, I still think it's somewhat going to be a mountain to climb because those guys defensively are not great, but they have demonstrated that they can beat anybody on any night. So if you're a Laker fan, what you're saying is, first off, I'm going to enjoy watching Luka, LeBron, and Austin play because any night that I tune in, whether they're playing on Sunday afternoon against the Warriors or they're playing on Tuesday night against the Jazz, I might see a really great game. That's something that not every team can say. So there's one reason to tune in. The second reason to get invested in them is that they do have these 3 excellent players. And if you get the right alignment, and the other thing about this is, and I know that this is an unsatisfying analysis, but considering the way the league is set up right now, the postseason will be heavily determined on health. I wish that wasn't the case, but it is the case. And if when a guy hits the ball to short, why do you run out to first? You run out to first in case something happens. The Lakers are going to run it out to first. Because, they might beat the throw. They might run into a team where a guy sprains his ankle at the wrong time, and they are good enough that if you give them an edge, they can turn the corner. So I know that they would prefer to be the team in the number 1 seed that's winning 63 games, and you watch them every night and go, wow, that's a championship team. But that's not the hand that they have. The hand that they have is you run the ball out that you hit to short. And that's the way they've played all year. And by the way, they've beaten some throws, if I want to extend this metaphor. They've done that. They've won some games they shouldn't have won. So what you do is you try to get an alignment and get something to go your way. And the next thing you know, you can back your way into the second round of the conference finals.
Well, that's optimistic.
Yeah, well, it's what Dan Wojcicki had this in The Athletic the other day, that I guess he talked to somebody in the organization, and that was kind of their feeling, that they believe their ceiling is the conference finals, but they could see themselves losing in the play-in, right? There's a variety of ways.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Well, I don't feel like I got enough Windy time today. And Stephen A. took him for a long time. Now Eisen gets him. I don't feel like I got enough Windy time today.
We'll get more Windy next week on a Windy Wednesday on ESPN LA. Rachel Nichols joins us in the YouTube hour. The Rich Eisen Show. Here, Windy there. He begins 9 a.m. terrestrially on ESPN LA. We continue on the app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Happy Windy Wednesday, y'all.
Introducing our new Chili Crisp Dumplings, a spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed and fiery. Chili Crisp. That's our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. Get them today, only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Celebrate the Lunar New Year at Pechanga Resort Casino. Kick the year of the horse into overdrive with cash and easy play giveaways every Saturday during the month of February. Plus, one lucky guest will take home a brand new Ferrari on February 28th. Earn entries for Pechanga's Lunar New Year drawings by using your rewards card when you play your favorite slots and table games all month long. Then be at Pechanga every Saturday night in February to activate your entries. Must be present to win. Visit Pechanga.com for complete details. Must be 21 or older with valid ID to participate.
Vista Paint is California's original paint company and has been serving pros and homeowners since 1956. Our paints are formulated for lasting performance, beautiful finishes, and made to withstand the weather. Vista Paint, locally made, expertly crafted, always reliable.
Mike, in sports, dynasties don't happen by luck. They happen with culture, coaching, and execution.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Travis, but that's exactly how we run Rotolo Chevrolet.
Mike, it's actually pretty simple. Customer service that takes care of people.
It's probably the biggest reason why people choose Rotolo Chevrolet. They come from all over California.
210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, right there in Fontana. I'm going to remember that the rest of my life.
Love it.
And of course, RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO Chevy.com.
In Los Angeles, business is personal. It's built on trust, shared goals, and showing up where fans live and listen. At ESPN LA, we don't just close business, we open partnerships. We are hiring audio marketing consultants and play-by-play marketing consultants, local experts who know how to connect brands through ESPN LA's talent, digital platforms, events, and the power of Lakers, USC, Rams, Kings, Angels, and LAFC play-by-play. This role is about listening first, creating custom solutions, and building long-term relationships with businesses across one of the most iconic sports markets in the world. If you are driven, collaborative, and ready to represent the best brands in sports, this is your opportunity. Competitive pay, full benefits, real growth. Open your next partnership with ESPN LA. Apply today at goodkarmabrands.com/careers. goodkarmabrands.com/careers.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The home of USC football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Let's do it as Gruden so it's entertaining. Okay, so Caliendo, he was off by a week, man. April 1st, the Irvine Improv. That's tremendous right there. I'll tell you
April
what,
2nd,
man.
I'm there.
I'll tell you what,
Sunday
you and
night.
me were talking about a week or so ago, man.
There
right?
it is.
You hit it. You hit it. Right.
You hit it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what was off, but then you were. I'll tell you what, man. That's tremendous.
Keep going. That's good.
I'll tell you what, man.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
On this day in 1994, the number one hit, Bryan Adams, Rod Stewart, and Sting, capping one of my favorite songs of all time, when they got together and sang All for Love,
man.
From the Three Musketeers soundtrack. Remember the Three Musketeers?
Yes.
That's kind of like you, me, and Sedano, but when Brian Windhorse is here, my Columbo brother,
right,
it becomes Windy, Cappy, and Sedano, which I'm okay with.
You are?
They are the Three Musketeers on Wednesdays. Good morning, Brian Windhorse.
Where would Brian Windhorse be in line at your wedding to dance with you?
To this song, Morales. I want to dance with you to this song.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, we won't look each other in the eye.
A little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
No.
Giant Mexican, horn section. And
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Do you want to do the Love Boat, or do you want me to do the Love Boat?
The Art, I don't even know what you're talking
No, here it is. You ready? Watch this. Watch this.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, need a fat one, bro. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to
Bit boy.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that. We did it, Dad. We did it.
We were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Boom, ba-da-bum. Ding, da-da-bum, ba-da-da, diggity-doo.
9:02 and 30 seconds. Good morning. Welcome to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Our 9 o'clock hour on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles on the all-new ESPN LA app. Sedano, you there?
I am.
Okay, because I didn't want to go into the bit without you being there, because now we talked about it yesterday, and she is on hold. The great Rachel Nichols joins us now. Sedano on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
Rachel, thank you for taking the time to hang out with us. I feel like we've known each other a very long time, and I had no idea you were involved in the U.S. Olympic curling team and organization and behind all that. First of all, thank you again for joining us. How the hell did you get involved with this? Because this is pretty damn cool, I would say.
Yeah, really cool.
George, my friend, I have many layers. I'm like an onion. Keep peeling, right?
Yeah. Clearly.
You never know what you're going to find. No, it's been a fantastic thing to be involved with. I am on the board of directors of USA Curling. They're just a great, great group of people all the way through, from the amateur curlers that we work with all the way up through the Olympians that you're seeing now. I've been really lucky. I've got great fellow board members. It's just been nothing but fun, and I think it's so great. I mean, I know every 4 years this happens, but I love seeing it, is that everyone falls in love with curling. I mean, it's the sport in the Winter Olympics that NBC Peacock is carrying the most hours of programming on, and that's not an accident. People get really transfixed by it.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, Rachel, is because many of us look at it and we go, I think I could actually do that, when we really can't. But back to the question that George asked, most of us look at you and we think of you covering the NBA. How did you ever connect with curling? What was your connection to the sport or to USA Curling?
Yeah, the first time I ever sort of touched the ice in a curling way was because I wanted a beer. I was first covering the NFL for ESPN, and I spent a lot of time, those of you who may remember back in the day, I spent a lot of time out in Green Bay with the Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers transition and a couple other things out there. So in Green Bay, it's not that big, as you all know. There's not that many things to do at night. And right down the block, literally on the same block as Lambeau Stadium, is Lambeau Field, is the curling club of Green Bay. And so once you have gone to the regular bar in Green Bay, and once you have gone to the Tilted Tilt in Green Bay, which, is the Midwest version of Hooters, you go have a drink at the curling club of Green Bay. And literally, as I said, right down the block from Lambeau Field. And we would go there, and you know how it is, George, when you're on the road with your TV crew, right? It's like you and the producer and the the camera guy and the sound guy and whoever, and you're just like kind of looking for dinners at night when you're there for a few days, that kind of thing. And we were looking for something to do, and we were like, yeah, we'll try it. We'll try curling. And it got to be like a fun thing we did every once in a while when we were up there. And I really, really enjoyed it. And that was sort of my first touch point with the sport. I will say, everybody who thinks like, oh, I could get out there and do that, you can. It's actually one of those sports that's like miniature golf, right? Everyone can go do it, but then it's hard to master an elite level. That going out there and throwing a rock, and it's sort of mentally, you kind of think of it like shuffleboard, right? For East Coasters who, George, my Florida roots, right? It's just a lot of fun. So I started from there and then ended up on the board.
Right. So, okay. So then take me there. Like, take me from I went to have a beer in Green Bay and I watched curling to then going onto the board of directors. There feels like there's definitely a gap there.
Yeah.
Yes. No, for sure. They had needed, the way a lot of the NGBs, national governing bodies for Olympic organizations work is the board is mostly made up of people who come from the sport. But they're also required to have two sort of more at-large members who have specialties outside the sport. And a friend I went to college with who knew that I had sort of an interest in curling and had done it on a number of occasions, works for the USA Curling and out in Colorado, and they were looking for some new at-large board members. And they wanted someone with financial experience, and they wanted someone with media strategy experience to sort of help these guys get more attention and funding. And guess which one, George, which category I fell into?
Finance, clearly.
No, exactly. Nobody's calling me for like Series A fundraising, but we have a great guy named Oscar on the board to help with that. But obviously, I know a lot over the years. I always say that our job, George, is just kind of, it's almost a media strategy job, because you are trying to think about a way, and you guys do it on the radio every morning. You're trying to sell attention, right? You're trying to like keep people interested for the hours that you're on the air, and you guys have meetings and you think about what's going to interest people and what are people going to be happy about listening to in the morning. We do that all the time in this job. And so transitioning to a bit behind the scenes and helping people think about, okay, what would keep people interested in a curling story? What would keep people wanting to come back every day that it's on NBC in the Olympics? What would help us, get people involved in their local club? These are all questions that we've been answering for a long time if you've had a media job. And so it was a pretty natural, kind of connection when they called me. I did an interview, and of the people they interviewed, they asked me to be on the board. So it's been really a pleasure. And, we did a lot of work leading up to these Olympics trying to introduce or sort of set the stage for people to get to know our great teams, because people have just fallen in love with Corey and Corey, the mixed doubles team that's been competing the last few days. And there's more to come. We've got a great men's and women's team, too.
Rachel, you mentioned Corey and Corey. So they're the mixed doubles team that you said everybody has kind of fallen in love with. And it's the stories around the Olympics. Like, for example, there's the figure skating team of this male and female. Yep. And there was the one place where they get done skating, and you see the guy whisper to the girl, because they're partners at this point, they're teammates. And he says to her, I love you. Right. And in that moment, they had found that there was a love affair. Right. So when I look at the Corey and Corey, I hear the two of them talking like teammates. And yet I think to myself, something's going on here. Now, are they a couple, or are they just a team, the two of them?
They're not a romantic couple. Corey, girl Corey, they call themselves Girl Corey and Boy Corey, or at least that's what their coach Phil calls them. So Girl Corey is married, and Boy Corey has a fiance.
Okay,
but it's funny. They're more. I would compare them more to siblings. They both grew up in Duluth, Minnesota, which is not that big. They both grew up sort of going to the curling club and like sort of started at the same time and kind of were around each other all the time. Mm-hmm. So they definitely have that sort of sibling relationship. Although, the way partners have to talk to each other in curling is a lot like an old married couple. Like, you have to know where everyone's going to go, what they're going to do. You occasionally yell at them. It's just all of those things. So it definitely has that fun interplay between the two of them. And Girl Corey told me that when Boy Corey first asked her to be partners, he actually took her out for a drink and dinner. Yeah. And he, basically like texted her and he was like, hey, can I take you to dinner? And she's sitting there like, sure. He knew she was married. She knew he had this serious girlfriend. And she was like, I didn't know what he wanted. It was confusing. And then, like, he got to it pretty quickly. And she was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I was teasing, boy, Corey, he popped the question to her. And he did, and it worked.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a fun story. I just want to go back to the board for 1 second. How long have you been on the board, and how much work does it require to be on the board?
Couple of years. You have a meeting once a month, which has been, largely on Zoom, but a couple times a year we'll travel to go do it in person. This year we had our sort of annual board meeting in Minneapolis, which is sort of the capital of the U.S. curling world. It's where our teams train. But we also, I was out in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, at our U.S. Olympic trials with my fellow board members, and I'll be leaving today for Milan and Cortina, and I'll be out there for the rest of the go here.
Well,
Wow,
listen, we
sounds
appreciate you jumping on with us before you head out to Italy. We will ask you one question or two, if you're okay with that, about the
Sure.
NBA, the Lakers specifically, as you know.
Yeah.
This is a very weird season with the Lakers. We've been talking about this all year long,
really
where
is.
where it's this like kind of like gap year. I'm not the biggest fan of wasting a 26-year-old's prime for a year. There's obviously the weirdness around LeBron and, it being potentially, possibly his last year, or at the very least, possibly last year with the Lakers. What do you make of them as a whole as you watch them at the moment?
Well, I don't think there was a plan necessarily for it to be a gap year. I mean, this is with Lakers fans, it's like championship year or it's not a year, right? It's not a championship year, but they're definitely, they have been right there in it at many times during the season in the Western Conference. I think they are going to finish at least in the middle of the pack and middle of the playoff pack in the conference. They could have a fun round or two with the playoffs. I don't think anyone's favoring them to win, but you never know in one of those categories. And, we've seen Luka Doncic with a little bit more of a tailored team around him carry a team to the finals. So I absolutely expect him to do that here in LA. I think as long as LeBron's salary is on the books and Luka's salary is on the books, and they had the team they had when they traded for him sort of by shock and surprise last season, it's not an immediate transition to a perfect Luka Doncic team. I think that the front office has been pretty responsible in trying to sort of slowly convert it to the kind of team around him, as opposed to having spent years trying to tailor it to be a LeBron James team. Luka always said that he grew up watching YouTube videos of LeBron and that he patterned his game out after him, but they are very different players and certainly very different people. And so I think as going through this transition, it's been managed sort of as well as it could have been with these salaries and these players, and they're trying, not to have traded everything right away. And I expect them to make a pretty significant overhaul this summer, both with the LeBron question and getting more players around Luka who can help him thrive and take some of the defensive issues off the table.
Yeah, we've been having this debate, George and I, the entire season. George, as he just pointed out, said, hey, I don't think you punt on a year when you've got a superstar like Luka at this age. And I've been saying the whole time, you have no choice but to punt, because you have to wait until LeBron is done with the Lakers. And this is last year under contract. You've got to wait until he's done until you can rebuild. So do you say not a gap year? I call it a punt year. What would you say about that phrase?
I just, this is the lovely, I love it here in LA. I've lived here for a decade. Fans are so spoiled, man. I grew up in Washington, D.C. You know how long it's been since anyone just got out of the second round of the playoffs?
Oh, you have to go back to Bradley Beal and John Wall. Like, it was probably like 10 years ago.
Oh, no, my friend. You got to go back.
Oh, out of the
before that.
second
It's
round.
been
Sorry. I thought you meant into the
40-something
second
years.
round. Yeah.
No. 40-something years.
Yeah.
They have finished with a losing record 47 in the last 50 seasons. Trust me, this is not a gap year. This is hey, we're playing some really entertaining basketball. There's been some fun wins in that building this year. And we're going to give it a go in the playoffs. And no, we might not be per se championship contenders, but we're giving everyone a pretty entertaining year of basketball. LeBron James is doing amazing things at his age. You are watching, it's so easy to just get used to him, but you are watching, the end of this incredible once-in-a-lifetime career. And, yes, then they will start to build more around Luka. It's a couple different things. It's not only having sort of the co-stars right around him, but the big names around him, but it's also having sort of the rest of the roster around him, and we know that. We saw how much it took for them to get that NBA Finals team in Dallas, and those kinds of moves are going to need to be made, but it's hard to do that overnight. So I wouldn't call it a gap year. I'd call it an adjustment year, and it's still pretty entertaining for an adjustment year. And I expect a lot of things to change this summer.
Rachel Nichols, the great Rachel Nichols, joins us here. We're gonna go give it a go at the Hollywood Curling Club at one
That's
point.
right.
I think we're gonna do it just for the social media goof, but we're gonna
You
see if we
gotta
fall
do
in
it.
love with it like you did.
We're going to do it. But wait, Rachel,
Can
let
I
me ask
give-
you this question. I just want to ask you, when you go over to Italy, right, and you go visit with all of these USA curlers, do you suppose that you're going to get an opportunity to just do a practice curling round on the Olympic curling court or ice?
Ice. No, I do not. They're pretty careful about that ice. There's people competing. The men's competition kicks off today. The women's competition kicks off tomorrow. Can I give you guys like a quick sell of why these two teams are really fun to watch?
Yeah, please.
Sure.
Okay, all right. The men's competition. So in 2018, Team Schuster, which some people who have been swept up by curling before may remember, won gold at the Olympics. And since then, that same team has sort of come back and represented the United States. It's a group of, I think what caught a lot of people's attention is it did look like the guys you sit around and drink beer or bowl with. Like, it was a bunch of older guys, middle-aged guys, and they were very successful. This year at the Olympic trials, they were trying to come represent USA again, and this young team came and knocked them off, and they are fascinating. They are hungry. They are really fun. They are led by this guy, Danny Casper. Their name is Team Casper. You'll see them starting to compete today. And Danny, he's one of these Olympic stories. He, very bright, very advanced kid, and 2 years ago he started feeling weird, and he started not being able to feel his hands, and it turns out that he had this rare nerve disease, and it actually temporarily paralyzed him. He ended up in the hospital with his curling teammates, like feeding him and texting for him on his phone because he couldn't use his hands and couldn't really move his body that much. And he's fought his way back from that. The team, never named another captain. They just supported him and sort of popped in people as alternates. And they're back on the ice now and competing for an Olympic gold medal. And there are still days that Danny wakes up and can't quite feel his hands, and they just sort of help make him up for it, have him make up for it. He's the skip. He'll be the one calling the shots a lot. And so that's a great team and a great story. And then on the women's side, it's called, the team's Team Peterson, and they're always named after the skip, the captain of the team. And they've got 2 of the 4 curlers on Team Peterson are sisters, Tabitha and Tara. And this is organized. I don't know, George, I know you have kids. I don't know who else has kids over there, but they decided that they were going to have their first kids at the same time at the particular part of the Olympic cycle where it would do sort of the least impact, right?
Right,
I mean,
right,
this is to
Good
the letter,
planning.
right?
Wow, I mean, that's hard to plan.
Right? Both of these women, I mean, they are Olympians. They are athletes. They've each been in the Olympics before. One of them's been in 2 Olympics. These women are sort of, the type A. We are just elite athletes. We're going to do this motherhood thing the way we do everything else. And if you've ever had children, listeners out there, you know that babies do not go as planned.
Right.
So they actually pulled it off. They had kids. They each had a baby within 3 months of each other.
Wow.
But it's not just getting back your body. It's adjusting to a whole new routine. It's your training schedule is different. What you eat is different. How tired you are and when you can fit things in is different. And they went as the favorites to the World Championships to finish in the top 3 or 4, and they actually finished 12th. And it was a real wake-up call. They missed qualifying for the Olympics. That was their chance to qualify for the Olympics, and they missed it. And there was some talk around the sport of maybe, hey, these women, they've had kids, maybe this isn't the Olympic quad for them. Maybe we should have someone else go or, try to go. And they just sort of redoubled and had some really honest conversations and learned how to kind of lean into being moms instead of kind of trying to ignore it. Because anyone who is a mom out there knows that, you get a special kind of resilience and strength and organizational abilities from being a mom. And they traveled just a few months ago to sort of the middle of nowhere, British Columbia, for a last chance qualifier with the last spot in the Olympic tournament on the line. and they battled their way through the tournament. They fell behind 3-0 to Norway in the final, and they charged back, and they won it, and now they're at the Olympics, and their babies will be at the Olympics. Their toddlers will be at the Olympics with them. So
that's cool.
I encourage everyone to follow along with them, too. They're two really great stories.
And one of them is
teams that are remaining.
One of them is a full-time dentist. I saw, like they a lot of times people don't remember they still have
all
full-time
have jobs.
They have real jobs. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's cool. Hey, Rachel,
No,
when you
it's
go, I'm just curious, other than the curling, will you get a chance to go experience other sports at the Olympics in Italy? And if so, like, which ones do you already have, like, on your radar that you want to go see? Because I know for me, I want to see the ski jumping. I'd want to see, any of the downhill or, giant slide. I'd want to be around the skiing. What about for you?
Well, for me, so this time around, I've got a night of figure skating penned in there, so I'm going to go do that. And then I wanted to go to a night of hockey. So I'm looking at the schedule of when I'm going to be there before I move up to Cortina for curling. And, because the hockey's in Milan, and I'm going and I'm looking through, and I'm like, okay, the only game I can go to is a men's game. And, you want it to be like USA, Canada or something like that.
Right.
And this was months and months ago. And the only slot that worked for me was USA Denmark, and I was like, all right, it'll be fine. It won't be, there won't be very lively in there, but it'll be, fun to see our boys and all of that stuff. And then, guys, we tried to buy Greenland, and invade Greenland, and now I'm going to USA Denmark hockey, and can I wear the American flag? I supported Denmark in this conflict because I didn't think we should be buying or invading Greenland, so therefore, are they going to think I'm a Greenland conqueror if I show up in my Team USA gear? It's very confusing.
Why are you anti-Greenland, Nichols?
Exactly. So, what I thought was going to be this very benign, go catch a game of hockey in the round robin versus Denmark, whatever.
Yeah, now you're in the middle of
has
it.
now turned into real identity politics, and I have to figure out, how I'm going to handle that. So, but this would be my 9th Olympic Games I'm going to. I'm really excited. I have been, I've covered the Olympics for a long time, and I will tell you, you're usually assigned to either sports in the sort of mountain town or the city sports because, you can't really have a figure skating rink in the same place. You can build ski jumping. So there's always two cities, with the Olympics, or two areas. And I've been assigned to both areas over the years for different Olympics. But when you are assigned to the mountain, you see so much ski jumping, so much ski racing, and so much slalom. I probably never need to see that again, or at least not for a while. So I don't share your ski jumping this Olympics, but I will be thinking of you when I pass by the sign for it, for sure.
Well, Rachel, safe travels. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to go to the Hollywood curling. I think I had mentioned that briefly. We're going to give it a go at some point here when my schedule slows down. We're going to do a team exercise, Sedano and Cap show team exercise at Hollywood Curling, because that's, I think, the closest place to the radio station here in downtown LA. So
we need to start
There's
stretching,
one in Orange County, too.
Oh, really?
Yes, you do need to stretch. Yeah, there's one in Orange County also. It's just a really easy, fun thing. You don't have to wait for the beer until after it. You can also, it's a sport it's like golf. It's a sport you can drink during, and I like those sports.
Yeah.
So, it's a fun thing to go and mess around on the ice. And if you get any good, there is a national tournament for people who have been doing it for less than 5 years, which is a great idea, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not like something you have to train for your whole life.
Right.
And it is the most hilarious, national convention type thing you can go do because people are falling around on the ice, curling, drinking, and hanging out. Great. This is a great sport.
Love it. We're in. Rachel, thanks for the time. We'll talk to you soon, and safe travels.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.
See ya.
George, we got to stretch, man.
Got to stretch.
Well, listen, I stretch every morning.
Yeah, we got to
no matter what I do.
All right, the big CY is in studio. We will get to CY in just a moment. And the Lindsay segment coming up around 9:30. Let me tell you this. It's Cosm Y of the Day on Mason and Ireland. Correctly identify the Y of the Day, and you'll win a pair of dome tickets to watch the Lakers versus the Mavericks at Cosm Los Angeles this Thursday. Experience NBA action from a whole new perspective only with ESPN LA 60-second timeout. And then, Cappy, you're going to enjoy CY's take on the luge. That's next in 1 minute from right now.
All gas, all Lakers.
Tomorrow night, the purple and gold are back at Crypto.com Arena, looking to defend their home floor as the Dallas Mavericks come to downtown LA.
And it's stolen by Kennard. Here come the Lakers on a fast break. LeBron down the middle, slam dunk.
It's Lakers versus Mavericks. Coverage begins tomorrow at 5:30 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving away a Mercedes every Thursday in February. Club Serrano members play all month long to earn entries for your chance to win this powerful and luxurious full-size German SUV. Join for free today and don't miss your opportunity to drive off in a brand new Mercedes. It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show, presented by Call Jacob and Jacob Emrani.
The new phone number, 800-345-6789.
My guy, your guy, Cappy's guy, the great Jacob Emrani. 800-345-6789.
With a new phone number, 800-345-6789.
926, Cappy. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a windy Wednesday. On this day in 1994, the number one hit, Celine Dion. The Power of Love. Especially that love, Cappy, when you're in the luge together.
Oh, yeah. Luge love is what that's called.
Yeah. Now, the big CY's here. By the way, I saw Wendy at the top of the hour after Wendy's segment.
Yeah.
I saw him in the bathroom.
Yeah.
We were both washing our hands. I said, thank you for everything. And he goes, I'm so sorry. He was very sad that he couldn't spend more time with us. And he said next Windy Wednesday, he'll be off because of the All-Star break, but he's still going to dial into the show. And he said, we have unlimited time.
Oh.
And he said, tell Sedano I want a Columbo segment. I said, Windy, Columbo will do it for you.
He's the best, man. We love having him. And I felt like I didn't get enough Windy time this morning. There's no doubt. But, it's funny. Windy knows that it's called Windy Wednesday on the show, and yet he had no idea what day of the week it was.
Okay.
Yeah, he thought it was Tuesday.
The big CY, Clinton Yates. You can hear Clinton and Friends.
That's happened to me.
Weekdays 7 to 9 a.m. on the all-new ESPN LA app and across the ESPN radio network.
What's up, kiddos? How we doing?
CY, you said you would prefer to be the bottom in the luge, not
I
the
wouldn't
top.
do it at all unless I could be on the bottom. Number one, safety. Number two, control, if you get what I'm meaning there, Christopher.
So on the bottom, you could push off.
On the bottom, you are in control of the situation, whatever the situation may be. It is, in fact, the inverse of what one would think of in that scenario, if you get my point here.
Okay.
Secondly, if you're on the bottom and the crash and luge crashes, you're not the first person to go flying off.
Well, that's a good point.
That's really what it comes down to. I feel like if you're on the top, you could go literally off of the course, which could end up in a situation that you don't want. You could lose limbs that way. That's not good.
But I got to say this, though. You ready? So, like the guy or the girl that's on the bottom on the luge, you are trusting the person who's on top, I think, because it's kind of like a motorcycle, right? Like I would never, ever, ever ride as a passenger on a motorcycle, but I would drive the motorcycle with a passenger behind me.
I see what you're saying.
So on a luge, I would want to be the person driving the luge, not the person passengering in the luge.
What you mean is that the visual aspect is more important to you than what it feels like with your body.
Right, because if I were the bottom,
yeah.
Right, if I'm on the bottom of the luge, I have no idea what's going on.
That's fair. I hadn't thought about it that way. But for me, it's a matter of if something goes wrong, I don't wait to be the person on top who could potentially be the thing that just gets eliminated immediately. But you know what my favorite event is, though, in Winter Olympics? In fact, my favorite event in any Olympiad at all, George, it starts tonight, 1 a.m., the qualifiers. Do you know what it is, Scott? Do you have any idea what's on the Olympic schedule tonight?
No, but I'll take a guess. Maybe you like one of these sports where you got to ski, and then you got to shoot, and then you got to ski some more, and you got to shoot at some targets. I don't know.
That's a decent guess, no. But my favorite event in any Olympiad, winter or summer, in the history of my life is snowboard cross. Snowcross is the single coolest thing they have, where 6 dudes race down a mountain with jumps and obstacles at top speed, and it's full contact.
Right.
It's awesome. Snowcross is the best thing ever.
Yeah, it's like BMX or motocross on snowboard.
Correct.
And you're right. It's an awesome. And by the way, listen, I've been watching a lot of these snowboard jumping guys. I've been watching the ski. The ski jumpers, we all think about these guys on 2 skis going down these big hills. But how about the guys that actually are holding their poles and they're doing all these tricks and they're landing backwards and they're skiing to the next jump and then they ski and then they turn around. I'm telling you, I love the Winter Olympics. It's a shame I don't watch more of these kinds of things when it's not the Winter Olympics.
Well, snowcross went from the X Games to the Olympics in Turin, I want to say. And I remember thinking, like, oh, my God, they actually did it. Because it's just known as Border X in the X Games. And then they actually put it in the Olympics. It was one of the most exciting days of my life. I get fired up to watch snowcross. And tonight it starts at 1 a.m. and the finals will be at 6 a.m., just so you know, in case you guys want to tune in.
Well, thankfully, Lindsay got me onto this Olympics app, and now I get all these notifications on the Olympics app, and now I really actually know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because even
Isn't
this
it helpful,
morning,
Cappy?
Oh, super helpful. And even when we were just talking to Rachel Nichols, I wouldn't have known the story about the Coreys. And then the story, Chris, did you hear her talk about the guy who's now known as like the cardiac kid of curling?
I did.
Yeah. So, and
I was hoping Sedano would frame me as the cardiac kid, but he left me out.
That makes sense.
He left you just completely out of it.
Yeah, he just let me sit there, be in the bottom on the luge without somebody to keep me warm.
I mean, she was kind of rolling, so I didn't want to interrupt her.
She was rolling pretty good.
I do have a question for you guys, though. This is a football-related question, and it starts with Greg. Because, Greg, I know, Cappy, you're out on the Raiders.
Well,
are you?
No, he's trying to come back in.
He's trying to get back in, which is super weird.
I like Clint
Kubiak. Very
Kubiak.
weird, in fact. But
I asked for my necklace back.
So here's the question. Because Kubiak had his presser yesterday, and he had a very interesting answer about what was going to happen with the number 1 pick. And a lot of people sort of presume that, Fergie Mendoza, the Heisman winner, is going to be the number 1 pick. But
wait, just call him Fergie?
Yeah, it's fun to say. And a lot of
I'm just saying because I've never heard anyone call him Fergie.
A lot of people called into my show and were like, that guy's not even necessarily the one that they want. And I'm asking you, as a primary Raiders fan, number 1 of 3 options, would you take Mendoza? Would you take trading the pick? Or would you consider somebody like, I don't know, Trinidad Chambliss at a lower pick or even number 1 if that's where you knew you had to get him?
So I very much want Fernando Mendoza.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Fergie.
Yes. Sorry, yeah. God, I can't believe I got that wrong. Fergie Mendoza. I would love to. I very much want Fergie Mendoza.
Why?
Because I like what I saw out of him, especially in the championship game. I saw that he had a run to the end zone where he like trucked somebody. He was spinning. He took that play over and really made something happen of it. I like that aspect of him. He was obviously the Heisman Trophy winner because he did it for a reason. But at the same time, I also just like the guy that's going to be the next guy down the line. Now, I know, Sedano, you're not as high on Mendoza.
Well, I'm not. Okay, let's not get it twisted. Like I think
high.
I think he could be a good. I think he reminds me of like a Sam Bradford type.
That's
right.
A good call.
Like, which I think that because the more and more I chatted about him, like because I was saying like more athletic Joe Flacco. And really more athletic Joe Flacco, he doesn't have the arm Joe Flacco does, but more athletic Joe Flacco is kind of like Sam Bradford, except the arm strength is not as strong because that Flacco's arm was elite. I think Fernando Mendoza's arm is good. I just think he's a guy that's going to need players around him like Flacco in that sense. Bradford actually never had those players, not to the level that Flacco did. So I think he's going to need some help. He's not Caleb Williams. He's not Drake May as an athlete.
I'm with Sedano on that. I never saw Mendoza's ceiling as super high as an NFL guy compared to some other guys that have come into the league recently. But here's the other thing that Mike Tannenbaum told me today, and I want your thoughts on this, Greg. He said that he would pick, even if he picked Mendoza, he wouldn't play him immediately.
No, see, we were talking about that earlier in the show. I'm fine with that. Both Sedano and Cap want to start him right from the jump. I'm fine. If you can find somebody to be a bridge guy to have him learn behind, like a Jordan Love type thing where he had Aaron Rodgers in front of him or Aaron Rodgers with Brett Favre in front of him. I know they're not at the level of those guys, but somebody to let him just kind of learn the system first of Clint Kubiak, I'm fine with that. I actually kind of prefer it.
I just don't know who that person is.
I don't.
That's my bigger issue because I don't think that person exists.
You don't think
better
that
example?
guy?
But even example is Alex Smith. Alex Smith was the starting quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs before Patrick Mahomes took over.
Right.
So if you had and Bergie brought up the possibility of Derek Carr coming out of retirement and getting a chance to finish his career with his original team, the Raiders.
He wants out. He wants back into the NFL. He's already come out and said it.
I hadn't heard that. My bad. Yeah.
Listen, say this. Derek Carr would serve more as a mentor for Fernando Mendoza than I think Geno Smith would, because I don't think Geno Smith thinks of himself as a guy who's ready to be a backup quarterback.
But
Could be wrong.
Aaron Rodgers wasn't a mentor to Jordan Love either.
Oh, not at all.
He didn't want to do anything with it. He's like, I'm not teaching this guy anything.
Favre to Rodgers. So.
Yeah, exactly. So, and those guys became good quarterbacks. So I don't really necessarily think they have to teach him, whereas Derek Carr probably would. I think that as long as he has a year to get the whole system under his belt first, I like that.
Would you be mad if they traded back and got, say, the person I mentioned earlier,
Trinidad Chandler?
Trinidad and another weapon?
Depends on who it's going to and what. Like, no, I wouldn't be, but I like the fact that they have what they have. Having the number 1 overall pick, having 10 draft picks, having $115 million in cap space, they have a lot of things in a brand new a brand new head coach who's a offensive-minded guy that I'm hoping could be like a Ben Johnson type. I think there's a lot of good there. So, but no, I wouldn't be upset with that if you're getting, let's say you trade him to Dallas and you get George Pickens out of that too. Okay, sure, maybe there's something there.
You hear that? That was
Raider
Bergie with monstrous content there.
Big time.
Meanwhile, it is 9:35 on your Wednesday morning. Time for the Lindsay segment. We like to play a TV theme. Happy birthday, Cappy. This one's for you. You hear the Friends theme. Jennifer Aniston turns 56 years old today.
Oh, your girl.
Wow.
Your girl.
I know. George, maybe what I should do is next Tuesday, when my birthday, and I turn 56 years old, maybe I should go to Craig's for dinner and hope that I run into Jennifer Aniston in Craig's. And then say, girl, it was your birthday. It's my birthday.
Let's make a beautiful thing.
Let's do a beautiful thing once and for all.
Right.
Let's just get it over with.
As long as I've known Scott, this Jennifer Aniston thing has been a thing.
Oh, yeah.
I guess my question is, like, if you were in the spot, do you think you'd actually have a shot?
I'd have no choice but to go for it. Clinton.
Right, but I'm saying, do you honestly think, I'm not being funny here, but, like, could you pull if it came down to it?
I think I could for this reason. I think I'm normal enough.
Sure.
And I'm anonymous. Like, she's ultra famous, right? She's ultra famous, so everybody just assumes that she's going to be with Brad Pitt. Well, she's already been there and done that.
Okay.
I'm a nobody.
I see the angle.
I'm a normal nobody.
I see the angle.
Tell her about your Walmart shopping. Maybe that'll help.
Like
big time.
I feel like you'd have to stay away from the creep I've been a fan forever style and just kind of act like, oh, hey, what's up? I've seen you around. You
right.
know?
I'd be like, hey, how's it going? What's your name? Like, I'd have to act like I don't know who she is. You know?
Don't go all like full Bill Murray on her like
that's
you did.
right.
That's not the route. Okay.
Nope.
Time for the Lindsay segment made possible by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR, FLOOR, or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Time for the Lindsay segment. Take it away, producer Lindsay. Baseball.
Thanks, Christopher Morales. So it's about time we get to the biggest story that's going on in sports today, which is all over my timeline, thanks to all the jabronis that I follow, all over Clinton Yates Show, all over Unsportsmanlike. It is literally everywhere.
I know what this is.
I know what it is.
It's the story about the Olympian, the Norwegian biathlete named Sturla Lægreid, who confessed on live TV to cheating on his girlfriend moments after he won the bronze medal. So the interview itself is not in English, so I'm going to read what he said. Quote, "There's something I wanted to share this with who might not be watching. 6 months ago, I met the love of my life, the most beautiful and kindest person in the world. 3 months ago, I made the biggest mistake and cheated on her. I had the gold medal in life, and I'm sure there are many people who will see things differently, but I only have eyes for her. Sport has come second these last few days, and yes, I wish I could share this with her." So, first up, how do you guys feel about this guy, like, just confessing this on live TV after he won a medal in the Olympics?
I mean, I have many thoughts, but I want to hear Scott's first.
Yeah, Kevin, go first.
My first thought is this. On one hand, I thought it was very nice and sweet and genuine and heartfelt. On the other hand, you won the bronze, and your countrymen won the gold. And what's happened here is that nobody knows who the guy is who won the gold. All anybody knows is the love story of the guy who won the bronze. And then people started to go find this girl, and she's not famous. She's not public. And now they're starting to interview her. And she's like, hey, listen, it was very sweet. It was very nice. I saw it. But screw him. He cheated on me 3 months ago.
Here's what she said, Cappy. Her response: "I did not choose to be put in this position, and it hurts to have to be in it. We've had contact, and he is aware of my opinions on this. I'm grateful to my family and my friends who have embraced me and supported me during this time, and also anyone else who has thought of me and sympathized without knowing who I am. She said, his infidelity is hard to forgive, even after a declaration of love in front of the whole world.
Maybe that's how he thought he could win it back.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he
wrong.
thought.
I'm going to say something.
there's no question that's what he thought. Yeah. I
The
mean,
bad
but
guy.
It's
He's a
clearly
scumbag.
backfired.
I'm going to say
it's
something
clearly
kind of
backfired.
foul here. If I'm that gold medalist, the first call goes to that girl. And the second thing that happens is there will be a picture of my gold medal with her. And that's about it.
Oh, yeah.
If you get my point.
I get exactly what you're saying.
Cappy's got pictures like that.
If that dude usurps my gold medal moment,
right,
and she's involved, trust me, that won't be the first or the last involvement she would have in that situation for me, where I'm the gold medalist. That sounds terrible.
No.
But I'm saying.
No, I like it.
It goes down in the Olympic Village. That's
yes,
all.
sir.
I'm saying.
Yes, sir. I love that. Great idea.
Yeah, that sounds terrible, but
No.
Worse things have happened.
No. You listen. You usurped, to use your word, my gold medal, and now I'm going to go take your girl.
It's a bad look, though, for the dude. I mean, what are you doing, man? Who are your homies? Apparently, it was known privately amongst the team, and then he still decided to air it out. It's like, no, there's no way any of your guys were like, yeah, good idea, buddy. Here's what you should do.
Like, he
Go on
workshopped
television.
it.
Terrible idea.
Come on. Awful execution.
Just one other thing, though. On the other hand, if it were just like a one-night stand and it were a bad decision, like, can't we just get over it? If you really, really love someone?
Yeah, maybe if you didn't tell the whole world.
Yeah, I think he kind of did. Like,
Yeah, that made it worse. I don't know if you realize that.
Right.
I feel like that's what made it worse, was more so she seemed to care more about the fact that he told everybody that happened. And from what I understand, this was news to her. She didn't know about it until he went on TV and said it.
Self-owned, bro.
So
Not
it's just
the
like,
move.
geez, oh man, maybe like call her and tell her first.
Not the move.
He didn't even say who she was, but people figured it out. Poor girl. Anyway, yeah, I think that guy's crazy, and he still has one event left on the 15th, so he still has time to win that gold medal, and maybe,
Wonder if
maybe
he's
it'll
still
all
crying.
work out.
Make it right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the crying also felt a little bit hammed up.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
He seems
really,
really sad.
he summoned the tears right after that.
Good actor.
Seems a little fake, right?
All right, so are you guys familiar with Kalshi?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, especially after Giannis decided to join as an investor when everyone thought he was leaving and they were taking positions on where he would end up. Yeah, I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah,
He's
so
a
I wanted
market
to ask.
manipulator now.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys about that. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Kalshi is what they call like a prediction market website where you take a position on literally anything. You could take a position on whether or not it's going to rain today in Southern California, and you put money on it. It's just like the stock market. You win, you lose, whatever. And Giannis, right after the trade deadline ended, he put out this tweet that said that he is now investing in this company, Kalshi, when so many people, I think there were like tens of thousands of dollars that were bet on whether or not he was going to leave Milwaukee and what team he would land on. And so now people like Dan
And
Watts.
Chicago all of a sudden shot up the ranks on a lot of other,
prediction
books.
markets.
Yeah, let's call them, right. Like, I think DraftKings allegedly
Yeah, they have one.
had shot up Chicago at one point because of the Kalshi stuff, right?
Right. And so Dan Wetzel wrote this whole piece today on ESPN.com just about, like, how is this even allowed? Because the whole gambling thing, like, in a way, this is, and maybe, I don't know if technicality is what they're going on here.
Of course it's gambling.
It's gambling. So
Of course
how
it
is
is.
how is he allowed to invest in it? And how is this, like, are they allowed to invest on such a thing? Because, again, that he knows where he's going. His buddies know where he's going. His teammates and coach probably know where he's going, right?
Yeah, but when you say how's he allowed to invest in it, let's start with that for a second. Look, once the NFL and the NBA and Major League Baseball and all of the leagues got over gambling as being taboo, now anybody can do it. It's free game, right? I mean, the NFL in particular was like, hey, you guys are not going to all make massive amounts of money on our content if we don't get a piece of that pie. And so that's why you have NFL owners now that are investors in some of the companies that you've already mentioned. So I don't have a big problem with Giannis being an investor in the company. I have a problem with the manipulation because, listen, if you were going to sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl, you know that people can make a bet that it's going to be under 2 minutes or over 2 minutes, and you could either extend it or shorten it down, I suppose. And that's the same thing with Giannis. He knew what was going to happen, and he was behind the scenes. He was involved in this company. where millions of dollars were being transacted.
Well, to your point about like the Super Bowl anthem, there's this big scandal that like dropped last night / this morning about a quote unquote insider who was part of the Super Bowl halftime show. He was one of the dancers or whatever, so he had been through rehearsals, whatever, and he made like $15,000 on Kalshi betting on a number, or predicting, taking a position on like which guest performers may or may not, quote, perform in the Super Bowl halftime show. And one of those listed was Cardi B. And he selected no and bet a lot of money on it. And Kalshi decided that since she was there dancing on Bad Bunny's set, that was considered a performance.
Ooh.
So now he's freaking out. All these people are going back and forth arguing on whether or not that counts as a performance.
Right. They're saying she needed to actually like sing.
Right.
To be. Yeah.
And so it's like this huge thing. And it's like, well, what do you do in that situation? Who makes these rules?
George, am I wrong here, though, in that, as Scott said, the door has been open to this, and this is just wallowing in the mud that we're not going to be able to avoid? Never mind Giannis, but just in general, in terms of like, if we're going to have prediction markets on things that any Joe Blow from Kokomo can be involved in, well, that's just kind of what comes with the territory if you're going to allow this level of wagering on pretty much anything in life.
Yeah, 100%. Like, this is the world we live in now. And by the way, this is the world that Europe has lived in for a long time. It's just new to us here. But yeah, you're 100% right. This is the world we live in now.
Sucks. I mean, this would all be illegal to me. Like, if I'm Adam Silver, there's no way this is happening. You know, I'm outlawing this on the highest level because the slope, is too slippery.
Okay,
Scott.
but let me ask you guys this question. If that were the case, could LeBron James do DraftKings commercials?
I mean, I think that's a touch different only because it's directly involved with the competition. And if you can prove that somebody is doing, say, what Terry Rozier did, which is actually affect the competition or whoever the name may be. I'm not trying to single out Scary Terry, but I'm saying that, like, if you can keep it within the scope of you're a basketball player, these are basketball games, that's what it is, that's one thing. But if you've got all these ancillary things that somebody can make money off of, even if they're not, I don't know, it doesn't feel right to me. And I feel that if I was a commissioner of a league, I'd have to have a huge hold on this because it sets an awful precedent.
By the way, LeBron didn't do the NBA DraftKings. He did the NFL. The NBA ones are Charles Barkley.
Okay.
He's out of the league. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sorry, Cappy, to defend
No,
LeBron.
No, it's okay. No, I guess my point is it's just simply 10 years ago, gambling was taboo. Now, sports gambling is so legal that the leagues have advertisements for them in games, and the players can actually endorse the products.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
They're partners with the league and the teams.
Right, the world has certainly changed. You've got sports books inside stadiums where Major League Baseball games are going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Lindsay, for the Lindsay segment brought to you by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. It is the YouTube Hour. We will get to Cappy's Dealer's Choice plus the calendar of the day. But first, we've got breaking Dodgers news, and for that, we head to our Blue Review update desk. Easy for me to say.
Oh.
And one, Gregory Arthur Bergman.
According to Jeff Passan, right-hander reliever Evan Phillips and the Los Angeles Dodgers are in agreement on a one-year, $6.5 million contract. Ben Rortvedt was DFA'd to make room for him. And 31, he's coming off Tommy John surgery and is expected to be coming back around July.
Okay, that's a good number for him.
It's a
I
good
would say
number.
That's a solid number for him.
6.1 was what he was going into arbitration for, so giving him 6.5. That's just.
As long as you're not a Kyle Tucker situation where you're wildly overpaying for no obvious reason, I think you're good with an arm like that, coming back off of injury with a little bit of a risk. I like that too.
Yeah, really, really good right-hander. Was a big part of that bullpen until he got injured. So I really am happy that Evan Phillips is back.
It's good. Good for him.
Yep. We are back in 60 seconds from right now.
710 ESPN, the home of the purple and gold, and the home of Mason and Ireland.
We're talking to Luke Kennard. When you got the call that you were coming to the Lakers, what was your immediate reaction?
Obviously so excited to come back out here, be in LA, play for the Lake Show. I mean, obviously it's such a big stage and a great opportunity and playing with some of the best to ever do it. I mean, I'm just ecstatic.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and live on YouTube.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving away a Mercedes every Thursday in February. Club Serrano members play all month long to earn entries for your chance to win this powerful and luxurious full-size German SUV. Join for free today and don't miss your opportunity to drive off in a brand new Mercedes. It's all happening at Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel, celebrating its 40th anniversary. You in? Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on.
I really want to play that sausage game. I like swing your sausage. That's like my kind of game, I think.
Mornings on ESPN LA will never be the same.
No, I have nothing to do with this. Exactly what you do.
Oh my God! Look at him swing that sausage.
Back to Sedano and Kap.
One of the more underrated Whitney songs. 9:50, good morning, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. The Big CY, Clinton Yates is here, and on this day in 2012, Whitney Houston died at the age of 48.
Oh, man.
Of course, the night of Clive Davis's party, his big Grammy party, she was discovered in her hotel room.
Kids call it a hot shot.
Like what age kid?
You ever stayed at the Beverly Hilton?
Yes. I've had breakfast there many times, too.
Yeah. Great pool.
Yeah, great pool.
Incredible pool. Weird vibe, though.
Well, now, yeah.
Yeah. Like, you go to the bar there, and, like, people are, like, actively... It's one of the... Like,
are you going to bring up what you brought out last week about the things?
No.
Because in those hotels, like the Beverly Hilton or the Beverly Hills Hotel, very active.
Oh, no, not that. I didn't even mean that. Now, the professionals, no. I just meant, like, it's a place where I've never been in a bar in LA or like a place where people were more self-aware than they are in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a very interesting, like people know, oh, I'm at the Beverly Hilton. I got to act like I'm at the Beverly Hilton.
Right.
It's very odd. Yeah. Is there a lot of professionals there as well?
Yes.
To some degree?
You're at the Beverly Hills Hotel or the Beverly Hilton.
You didn't notice anything, huh, Clinton?
Or the Fairmont in
Last
Beverly
time
Hills?
I stayed
Oh, my
there,
God.
Although I did not live here. So I probably was yet less attuned to it, to be honest. You know. Well, although, yeah, the pool, I guess now that I think about it, the pool was pretty active. Fair enough.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, it's a good point.
All right, Cappy, it is time to read our calendar today.
Okay, let's hear it.
From Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And I just muted this, so let me unmute it. There you go. Don't sweat the small stuff for Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. Respond with love. Love heals, Cappy. When you respond with love, your partner respects you, loves you, wants to be with you, and wants you to be happy. That's why Cappy always responds with love and says, hey, just picked up something from Walmart. Are you ready? Because I'm ready, sucker.
Hey, I saw that same device, by the way, yesterday.
Device.
I saw the exact same device yesterday behind glass in CVS because right before I got to the Vision Works, I was waiting for Lindsay, and I went to the CVS, and they had the exact same device in the CVS. It's amazing what you can buy in these places.
Was
now.
it locked up?
Yeah, it was all locked up. Of course it was
behind
locked
glass.
up.
You made
yeah.
By the way, now I know which part of Santa Ana. You should have gone to Benji's New York Deli, the only Jewish deli in Orange County.
I would have loved to have had a nice pastrami.
How is that possible?
Golden brown
There's not
mustard.
a lot of them. How's that
Why?
possible?
What?
Really?
It's Orange County.
All delis are pretty much Jewish.
Yeah.
No, not really. I mean, not in Orange County, they're not.
Fair enough. Yeah. You'd think demand was a little higher, but
Not as much as you would think.
is that right?
Now, there might be one. I'm making a blanket statement. There
Sure.
might be one somewhere in South OC that I'm not familiar with. North OC?
The
If you-
Mishpucha not strong.
No,
It's- but it's
concentrated.
It's not as loud as you would think.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to have to go there and make it really loud.
You should.
Is what I should do.
Meanwhile, it is time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal, brought to you by our friends at Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house before you call an agent? Call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com. DRE 01961658. Cappy, take it away.
Guys, I'm going to tell you something that's not like uplifting or good news necessarily. It's actually quite sad. But I have to tell this story because I have to just celebrate somebody's professionalism. So here it goes. Yesterday, we got down to the Vision Works in Santa Ana. And Chris, Greg, I don't know if you guys know this story or not. George, I'm going to assume you definitely don't know this story. We have a gentleman who's a teammate of ours. His name is Tim. I won't use last names. Tim is a great guy, and I've done a lot of work with him. He's done a lot of the
Isn't
Cappy
Tim,
Lappies.
is this the same Tim you bought a drink for?
So remember, this is the guy that one night we were at the East Central, we were having a happy hour, and I said, hey, I'm going to run to the bar. Do you want anything? Under the assumption.
And you didn't really want to run to the bar to get anything. You just wanted to get away from the conversation you were currently in.
I was going to go to the bar, but when I said, hey, I'm going to go to the bar and get something, do you want anything? I assumed he'd be like, nah, I'm good. But he was like, yeah, actually get me a Jack and Coke or whatever he said.
Margarita.
Yeah, margarita. That's what it was. And I had to. So then I returned the margarita, and I'm like, "Here you go, man." And I told him I actually didn't think you'd want anything. so it was insincere. But anyway, Tim's a great guy, and he and I've gotten to know each other a lot better over the last few months, in particular, because we've done a lot of work together. Listen to this story. Yesterday, he shows up to the Vision Works, and I get there, and I just kind of feel his vibe. And he pulls me off to the side, and he goes, "Listen, man," he goes, "we got to hustle this thing up because you ready for this? My mother-in-law just died."
Oh, no.
And I asked him if it was okay if I mentioned this on the air, just so anybody knows. Because I told him, I really want to celebrate your professionalism. Can you imagine? And here's the story he tells me. I had just, an hour ago, dropped something off to my mother-in-law. I got here, I'm setting up, I'm ready to work, and I get a call that she just out of nowhere just died. And I will tell you guys, this is why I'm telling the story. Because I told him, crap, get your stuff and get out of here, man. We'll do this another day. This guy was the ultimate professional, the ultimate teammate. I would never have been able to keep my you-know-what together. Nobody would have known what was going on. Not our partners at VisionWorks, not me and Lindsay, if he didn't tell us what was going on. And he did everything he needed to do. Let's shoot this, let's mic this up, let's talk to this person. And I'm going to do it as quickly and as efficiently and as professionally as I can because I've got something that I've got to go deal with that's much more important. To which Lindsay and I were like, dude, please leave. Go deal with your family. No, I'm here. I'm going to do the job. So I want to send a shout out to Tim because, dude, you held yourself together. You were an ultimate professional in really, really challenging times. And you know what? I'm sending you and your family all of our love. But I just want to tell you, Tim, what a pro's pro you were yesterday, man. Thank you.
Man. Linz, how you feeling?
I mean, I said the same thing when I came in this morning. I could not believe. I said I could never do it because he called me and, just asked for an ETA, gave me a heads up. And I just said, he said, I have a family issue or I have a personal issue. Then I got there and said, is everything okay? And he said, no. And I said, well, is there anything I could do? No, let's just, we'll just get the shoot done. And then afterwards he told me what happened. I was like, oh my gosh, go home. Why are you here? So, and I said, I can't believe that he did that. And he found out on his way, he still could have canceled. Right. So Tim, thinking of you, you're seriously sending you guys all the positive vibes that you can possibly get, even though it's not, I feel so bad. And Tim, thank you for still showing up and being a great teammate, but take care of your family, dude.
Yep, no doubt.
Agreed, wholeheartedly.
Well, my camera went out, huh? I didn't realize that. I thought there was everybody else's camera who went out. I'm watching on YouTube, and it says Cappy's camera went out. I thought everybody else's camera went out.
Typically for the better.
You had a mic drop moment.
Yeah, these things happen.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Well, everybody,
Nothing like a heartfelt moment for Tim and his family, and then you saying, "Oh, my mic fell. My camera."
Were
fell.
you on camera for the heartfelt moment?
No, apparently not.
Well, then that's problematic.
Yeah.
Well,
But anyways, love you, Tim. Appreciate your professionalism, bro.
Yeah, Tim. Best of all the best to you and the family.
Well, thank you for being with us on a windy Wednesday. Thank you to Rachel Nichols, Clinton Yates, Ryan Windhorst. Will return tomorrow for a Thursday edition of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show at 7 a.m. All you miscreants, all you P1s, all you lovers of our show, we'll see you tomorrow morning.